It happens. I wish it didn't, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, facts.
I'm just kind of do the same thing. So this would be the Asian session. I'll mark up the Asian session high and low, and then that green box down there, that's just the daily gap. I'm gonna change that to blue. I don't like it being green. Asian range, and I have everything just with like little settings, so it just makes it easy. I just pull the Asian session high, low in the 50%. Visual right down here. I'm gonna mark up the daily open gap. So from this close, that open, and all the daily gaps are is just like a daily. It's like a major fair value gap. So it just tends to like kind of attract price, even though it might not have a move off it. More than likely, this is where price is gonna try to just reach for based off of liquidity in a sense. So in my opinion, it's something I would want to see. Just so say this is just me going in the London session. This is about to be 2 a.m. I'm just like, all right, bet this is where we are. I first things first, I do see that we also have this daily gap in here. I just kind of pay attention to all those gaps when the day opens because price just kind of it plays around it a lot of the time. I'm saying, all right, now where are the areas of liquidity? We have this previous high and this Asian range high, and I'm gonna possibly look for maybe a short if it lines up with time to run that Asian session low. And overall, I know this big gap is down here also, so there could even be a chance that it runs lower. Or say for example we just don't run that Asian session high, maybe we have a run low to run the high to then run lower later. But I'm just more or less I know where I want to see price have its moves from. Now I'm just kind of waiting for time. So now I'm gonna just boom. All right, we're getting something. Wasn't perfect. Where did it go up to? The thing with Nas, bro, it'll be trending all the time. I'll be trying to look left, and sometimes it don't be a left. I'm like, damn. I'll be like, what the fuck, bro? I gotta keep scrolling.
Nah, I'm dead.
Cause it just be trending higher, and it's always creating new highs every fucking year. So I'm just like, all right, I be going off of new data. Look, still going.
Yeah, that shit makes it hard.
Now, we haven't been into these areas in a long time, and then it's like since I'm back to, all right, I give up. I'm going back over here. Like that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Well, like when you back test, it's so much different. Cause I could easily just go to the daily and then just look over, and it'll be way easier. But since it's like back tests, it just makes it harder. Basically, so look, 2:30, we ran up, created that move. So that's why a lot of time I wait for like that 2 to 3 o'clock time, because even the one thing I like to watch is like from that 12 o'clock time to like maybe right before two. I kind of wait for price to do something like this. So you know how like 3 o'clock is open for London.
Yeah.
I always mark up the 12 a.m. because that's just how I look at the price. I mark it up from 12 a.m. Some people may mark up like the daily open from beginning of Asian session, but I do it based off of New York time. But I like for let's say that 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock window to create a higher low for that 3 o'clock and run that higher low. So like it'll make people think that this is the real move, but then when time comes in, the direction is still the same for the most part. It's just stopping all those people that weren't on the right time basis. And that's what I like to see. So when it does that, and say it also does that around the Asian session high, Asian session low, previous is high, previous is low, that's when it kind of just gives it a nicer move. And what I'm talking about is something like this. So see how we ran the Asian session high at 145?
Yeah.
If I simply just would have been like, all right, bet, since I wait for two, this could be the area to potentially look for price to run. So if I would have waited for price to run there, run that move, 30-point stop, ideally. This magnet on deck. So about a 30-point stop. See, 30 would have been valid. Targeting ideally like the Asian session low or even this major the fair value gap down here. That's like a nice little idea for in the Asian session high or in the previous high, aligned with time. Now, if I'm wrong, more than likely just keeps trending and just going. And if I'm right, then we good. And see how that daily gap kind of plays around it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like to always take trades off like daily gaps. I just pay attention to just how I way rather use them as targets, just because it's safer for the most part. Because if price is gonna have a reaction, or it's gonna have just keep going through it, no matter what, it's gonna come down there. So I rather use it as a place to exit rather than get in. And then look, Asian session low got ran. So at this point, let's kind of just see what happens. Because at this point, if I'm not taking partials, there's always the risk that it's gonna come back up, especially with the indexes. That's
Straight
crazy.
straight to TP.
And then look where it goes, fucking flying through New York. But like this is a Monday too, so this isn't anything crazy. But see this gap, see how I said it could either like react when it comes down there, or it may just keep going lower. Like this daily gap right here, like there's no difference from this gap and this gap, no difference. Both are a daily gap, but this one didn't really have a reaction off it once it came into it. But it used it as an area you could potentially look to re-entry, and it even came back to it a few times later on. That's why I don't really like to use them as, because like in my opinion, fair value gaps, unless it's like a higher time frame one, it could just stay around it for a while because this just acts as
Yeah,
a
I
area
only use the
reaction.
high time frame.
Lower time frames they still work nonetheless because we could see they work. It's just more or less where what is it gonna do, and that even then like time didn't really line up for me to take a trade off there.
I only pay attention to the floor and daily fair value gaps.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like the daily and the weekly ones, those be the ones that where if you can catch a London session trade and it trades into those levels, because a lot of the time, right above these Asian session highs, previous days highs, there's a lot of the higher time frame for value gaps because those daily highs and lows they tend to be what creates like the fair value gaps. Like it's just with the anatomy of the candles. Like this over
Yeah,
here, like if this would have price would have kept going higher, this high over here would have been created a fair value gap on the daily, so for price to potentially retrace into. Because you know how it would be like the gaps in between the wicks.
facts.
Those wicks are really just the daily highs and lows. So you know what I mean? That's where it kind of retraces to. But in this case, this trade idea, even though for the most part shit got wicked, it would have been overall 1 to 2.7. So now I'm gonna just mark all these down. So I'm gonna just, what is this, May? Yeah, May. And then I just mark up like a whole calendar on my sticky note for like 20 days. And I just mark it up like that. How much I would have been up each day of it. So plus 2.7. And I just kind of, we see what we gonna get for like out the month. Even though it's not perfect, it's not exactly like how we would do it. It's still good enough. You know what I mean? It's never gonna be perfect, but we just
Nah,
gotta
yeah, that's Gucci.
make best what we got. And this was a trending. This was a ranging day for the most part. This is one of the days where London had the ideal move. Then we just move on to the next. Wait for the same thing. London session 2:30. Do the same thing like clockwork. Previous day's highs, previous day's lows. Asian session high, Asian session low.
15-minute fair value gap.
Yeah, right up here. And this is like the type of thing where I like to be on the daily too, because then it's like I can see it. And also, this daily gap that we were trading off of before, still in this area. Ideally, we have 250, so 13,250. There's Kino. And then also timing, so 2:30 is coming. It's at 3 o'clock time. So this is just all I wait for. And if I'm, it's the type of thing where it just comes down to nowadays. It's just I know what I look for. It's just a matter of how I'm gonna react after the fact. Am I gonna take more trades than I really need to try to catch a move? Am I gonna be okay with walking away? Because honestly, the way I trade hasn't changed too much over the years. It's just the shit that I be doing on the in between.
Yeah.
And then also we have that Asian range low that's right next to this previous day's low. So it's kind of just
What's
doubled.
good, Jay? My
What's up,
boy
Birdie?
Jay slid to the meeting.
Oh yeah.
Good, my boy.
Good gang.
Shannon, Brody.
No, yeah, we just doing a little back testing. We only on the second day, so you ain't really missed much. We was just talking.
All right, bet. I'm live, man. I'm live.
All right, I'm
Lock
Just
in,
pull up.
lock in.
pulling the fib from the previous days, high and low. Same area, so this is ideally the main area I'm looking to see how price reacts coming into this 3 o'clock time. I think I could check the hour, and there's an hour for value gap, but I can still check the hour without trading view fucking going retarded. Me and Kino was saying that we got to make a back testing software to where it's like 100% like the market, but you like react in real time.
Facts, bro. We got to do that. Figure it out.
That shit gonna be allowed on Mac too, cause all these softwares they don't be allowed on Mac. They be making me angry. They be racist.
Gotta leave Mac alone, bro.
Shit, probably, man. So ideally,
That's why. That's why I gave away my. Well, I didn't give it away. I sold it, but
I like the Mac. It's just I like the the portability and the time efficiency, if that makes sense. Like you
If
can
I'm
do a
being
lot more.
honest with you, PC is way better. I'm not gonna lie to you. As far as
It
computer
is,
wise,
yeah. Computer wise, PC is definitely better because you could do more. The only thing I just like being able to have I like being able to have it connected to my phone, my iPad. I could just have, I can,
I think the people who create these apps want to punish Apple users, like for
yeah.
some reason.
They're just enemies. They're like fuck y'all. Y'all taking
Yeah,
our
they just want to
customers
punish them.
because Apple came after them, so they took a lot of their customers.
I remember when I first started using Apple, it was like 2018 or whatever. I had my first MacBook Pro. Nigga, there's so much apps I couldn't download on my computer. I was doing computer science in school, and there was so much apps I couldn't use. My teacher was telling me I need a PC. I'm like, nigga, I just spent 1,400 on it for you to tell me I need a PC.
Nah, yeah, they be wildin', man. To say the least. But all right, so right now I'm watching. Right now, price we came into that gap. Shit rejected. Didn't tap the level I was looking for, so this would have been a hurt piece. But that's why I don't use market. That's why I don't use limits. I hop in. I can't use limits because shit like this will happen to me, and I'm gonna be very sad. I rather just. It's never gonna be perfect, so I'd rather just be able to get in.
I like limit orders because I get in after the move starts to happen. So if the move enters me in, it's because it already started moving.
True.
Like, you like to catch the move before it
Yeah, I
happens. So
like to.
it's
I
great.
be. I be in a sense trying to predict highs and lows. So if I get really close to predicting a high and low and it misses it, it's like I can't be mad because trying to really go crazy. That's why I'd rather just get in because if I see if I know it's like this close, like this probably really isn't even like a point difference. So in reality, it's not really changing how much my stop loss is gonna be. So like right here, so it's 2 points that it missed by. So like in reality, if I would have hopped in a second or 2 seconds earlier, wouldn't have did too much different. But this is what I was saying right here, Jay. So when it creates a high or low at a specific time, sometimes it tries to come back for it before moving. Now this one in this example, this created the high at 3, so I think there's a higher chance it could keep going lower. But either way, I just want to see how it kind of what it does. Yeah, this would have been a hurt piece.
Damn.
Yeah, RIP that entry. I don't even know if I should say I caught it or not, because in a sense, that's why I try to get in early. Like when you said, do I hop in as soon as it runs the Asia session high or low? I hop right in because it does shit like this. You feel me? But if
Wait,
I,
why you? So that was a no. You would have missed that.
Oh
it's
shit!
hard to say it in the back testing. I would have missed it. You get what I'm saying? That's something like, yeah. In reality, if I missed it, if it was that close within that 3 o'clock time and it had a wick like that, I probably would have hopped in. But back testing wise, I'm trying to say what I would have did in real time, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Cause I could have said I just would have got in at 250. I could have said I got in at the daily here or the fair value gap. Cause the only thing it missed was just that high of the daily fair value gap. That's all it did. Cause if you go to the hour, came in there, nice and clean. Went to the 50% of that 15-minute one that you was talking about, and it dropped. Like I could say I caught it, so that would have been nice. Yo, these magnets, I swear. This is about a 1 to 2. Nothing crazy. But it's just like what me and Keno be saying. It's like it's hard to say exactly if it's gonna be perfect, but just gotta the idea for the most
Yeah,
part.
just gotta predict it anyway. The idea. If you see it over and over again, it's like just the ability to see it over and over again. Hopefully, you can catch it in the market.
And this would have been a London move that was hitting. Oh my god, this would have been one of the ones that just hit.
Damn, that shit didn't even give a retracement for New York. Fuck.
New York, I think this drop was at New York. Yeah, this drop was at 10 a.m. So for the most part, it's kind of consolidated and just kind of trended
Oh,
slowly.
yeah.
And then then New York came and killed shit. That's a nice move
Sometimes
right
I be
there.
seeing your trades, Andre, and you would have been safe if it wasn't for that New York pullback and drop.
That's the
So
thing, though.
I
I
don't
already
know.
know because London creates a lot of liquidity. Because for the people for when it doesn't create the higher low of the day, there's people in there that they think it is. So it just kind of makes it it's just session highs and lows in a sense. It's like the Asian session, just London session. Just a lot of
Uh,
liquidity behind it. You know what I mean?
that-
Because then with this move up here, this 3 a.m. move is just gonna create an area for next for sooner than later for price to
I
really
feel
come
like
back
for
up.
I feel like for London, that's how I look at it. For London, big lots, 50 points, and for New York, small lots, 100 points.
Yeah. Because the
I don't know
main
if that makes
reason,
sense, but
because New York has the majority of the momentum and majority of the volume. So if you risk less, you'll probably make the same thing. It's just the days where this happens that you would want to be in. That's like the main thing. Because I'd rather wait the days that don't play out just so I can catch these. Because then, like, shit. Holding that just till 9:30 or 10, it makes up for a lot of days where you were just waiting around for a move that didn't happen.
yeah, I'll be back. Hold on.
Nah, you
all right,
good.
bro.
Previous is high, previous is low. Doing the same thing, like clockwork. Boom. Where we got this daily open gap right over here. Now, what time is it? 2:15. Let's see what happens. All right.
You streaming on YouTube?
Yup.
Dope, dope.
Is it all set up? Yeah, it's all. Hold on. Talk real quick.
Yo, 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 yo.
Oh yeah, they hear you. You good? So we're running these highs coming into 3 o'clock. Let me check the hour. These highs look like they could definitely get ran. And we do have this old fair value gap down here, right at that daily open gap. So I'll pay attention to that. Levels. This is about 150. All right, let's just see. Okay, 3 o'clock. Got a wick at this high. Let's see what's up. This I probably would use maybe a 14, 15, small range. Targeting these lows, 1 to 2.5. Not a bad idea. Okay, we wicked them. Fake move.
Not going back, bro. Compared to any other months I've ever backtested, May has been the best month.
So far, yeah,
For my
May.
strategy.
First 2 days, May was pretty good.
Nah, the whole of May was just fantastic for my strategy. Just fantastic. Other months, like April, oh my god, I got fried.
Yeah, I think April is just like a shitty month. Them spring months going into summer be kind of May, June, April, May.
I might switch. I might not switch my strategy, but like lower my risk reward later because I know it's gonna be flat, bro. So you can't be looking for 3 to 1s all the time or shit like that. But it's flat
Nah, I
most of
feel
the
it.
time.
What happened over here? Let me back test this move.
At least until like August, then I pick up the.
Yeah, I want to see
I'm
it before this month is over. I'm gonna try to back test previous summers. I want to see what the summers are like. Honestly, I want to
see.
know
My thing
get
is,
an
I
idea
trade on a
for.
5 minute. I can't go back certain times. Like the furthest I can
Mm,
go back now is December. I used to could go back to October, but I guess I don't know. Like when new data comes out, it stop letting you go to the
yeah,
old
like
one.
keeps going forward probably.
Yeah.
Damn. Nah, yeah. Try to go back on a 15 and just get the idea. All right, so this is it's that same thing I was just telling Jay. I don't know if you're paying attention, Kino. It's like when I watch London, like from that 12 a.m. to like 2 a.m. because I don't like to trade before that 2 a.m. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. is like that main volume window for when it comes to London moves or just London session in general. So what I like to look for is from that 12 a.m. to like 1:59 right before 2. I like to look for basically a fake high or low to be made. Something where it kind of makes people think that's going to be the real move, like that's the high, for it to come up, grab it, when it comes into that specific time, like that 3 a.m.
Uh-huh.
open. So, for example, the 3 a.m. open is the same thing as the 9:30 open. It's the same thing,
So,
just a
but
different session.
you only trade London really because you like the lower volatility.
Not even the lower volatility. I just like the chances that I might be able to catch the higher low. Because the thing with New York is it's way more up and down. When it comes to London, for the most part, it's gonna try to either trend one way or trend the other, and then it'll probably come back later to run it. You know what I mean? It's just more, in my opinion, it has very similar moves in comparison to New York session. It has a wide like array of things that could happen, like different types of setups, different types of patterns. You know what I mean? London, a lot of the time, it's like the same thing. Well, I'm looking for the same thing like every time. Like right here, this is what I look for. I look for that 12 a.m. to 1 o'clock to create a fake high or low, for then at that 3 o'clock to come run it, and that's going to be the real move. Now, if you say put that in comparison with now, pay attention to where that first high is made. So if it makes that fake high at 12 to that 1 a.m., and then there's also the Asian session high right above it, then it just adds to the confluence. And that's exactly what right here.
Uh,
It ran the Asian session high at 1:30, and then at 3:30, it came back to run that high. And this would have been something that I'm looking for price to potentially continue going lower once it ran this high. And the thing is, when you catch these moves and you're right, the risk reward is crazy because you're catching a high in a sense, potentially the high of the day, potentially the high of the week if you trade it on the certain days of the week. So that's why like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those are the main days I'm really trying to. I want to be able to catch something because then Thursday, Friday is more than likely I know where the trend is. I'm kind of just continuing with it. But if I can find the trend early in the week, that'll also help with the confidence boost. Because if I'm holding a runner from Tuesday or Monday, that I believe that could potentially be the low of the week, high of the week, it's just gonna keep me trading in that one direction. If that makes
yeah,
sense,
that
this helps
you,
with the
you believe the
confidence.
trend is gonna continue.
It just builds the confidence, and you're not really second guessing, and it's just good for staying in the flow. So something like this, wait for it to run the higher low. Yesterday was also bearish, and it's Thursday, so in this case, most of the week has already been bearish. I can tell by now if we don't have a bullish reversal going into like New York session or something, then we're more than likely going to continue bearish. Just because it's already the end of the week. It's like the end of a weekly candle, end of a daily candle. It's not really going to reverse on you crazy. This doesn't make sense. But it could happen. That's what NFP is for, right?
Word.
So right here, where are we at? And we're in this fib area, so we're right below the 50%. So for the most part, we're still pretty bearish. And we have this fair value gap right here. Never got filled into, but came close. It's never gonna be perfect. So let's see. Ideally looking to target the Asian session low, but first target would have been this low right here. That's about a 1 to 3. So let's see. All right, right there, 1 to 3, and that would have been by 6 a.m. So from 3:30 to 6, that's about 2.5 hours. 1 to 3.2, not bad. And this isn't even the main target either. 3.2. Because ideally, setup wise, strategy wise, I would be waiting for this daily gap down here or the Asian range low. But in this case, you don't really got to hold it that long. You're already up so much so early. It's better to scale out and just partial at that point. Let's look at what happens. Kept going all the way to Asian low. So yeah, if you diamond handed as a motherfucker and want to hold, shit, go ahead. But I've had shit reversed too many times. I'll take a 1 to 3 any day. Oh man, I'll take a 1 to 2.5 every day of the week.
Honestly, now I'm gonna just take my 1 to 1s, 1 to 1.5. I'm really targeting a smaller target nowadays.
Yeah, I'd rather trade less and get a bigger move now because I'm tired of trading so much. I feel like I trade too much most of the time. Now I'm really trying to move into paying a
Yeah,
lot of
have less
attention
move.
because the
Yeah,
main
that's
thing.
you know what's crazy, bro? All right, so I've been doing my back test, and I'm like, all right, bro, because I see myself that I probability on a weekly on a monthly basis, I'm probably taking 12 to about 17, 18 trades,
A
and there's
week or a
only
month?
20 days a month.
Okay.
So there's only like 20, 25 days per month to trade anyway, right? I'm like, all right, how can I find the highest probability setups that matches up with my trading? So that's where I'm trying to That's where when I'm back testing, I'm looking for what looks like the highest probability, and how can you tell the highest probability? Because sometimes I
I'll
feel like I'm
say
trading people.
the best way to find the highest probability, bro, main things we gotta pay attention to is the day, the week it's happening, and the time. That's the main thing, because that's the one thing that's gonna continue to repeat over and over. Look at the news. The news happens every
Yeah, I
same
use the
time.
news all the time, but it just depends, bro. Because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yes, in my opinion, I think it's when it's the days of the week. In my opinion, are gonna work out the best. So one thing, like I listen to a lot of ICT. He was even saying he was like, there should be one day out of the week where you just tell yourself you're not gonna do anything, so you can sit there and figure out what's happening. Like I thought about doing it for the Wednesday because that's the middle of the week. If you take a loss the first day or two, then Wednesday you have that day off, kind of just don't do anything, kind of just look at the charts, kind of get a good idea. Okay, I was wrong here. We still got half left. We're either going to continue where we already been going for the week, or it's going to try to reverse now, because that's just usually how the week goes on news-wise when it comes out, and just the market itself. It's like the end of a candle versus the beginning of a candle. You know what I mean?
Who said that? ICP?
Yeah. He was like, you should give that one day just so you can kind of get in tune with yourself. Because if you just keep pushing every day, it cooks you. And I've learned that for sure. Definitely learned that. 100%. So I'm more or less trying to pay attention. And he even said himself, he like every time see people ask him what time frame is he on the most, he's on the higher time frames. He's just staying to like that daily, weekly, just really like getting an idea where we're likely to keep going for a day or two. And then all he's really waiting for in a sense is with the time. Because then no matter what at that time, like right in this example, no matter if I didn't have a bias at all, if I just knew we were bearish based off of weekly and daily, all I'm really waiting for is our time. And for example, for you, you'll be waiting for like 9:30, 10 o'clock to really just wait. You see where you are. Then from there, you're kind of just figuring it out. A lot of people, we overcomplicate it a lot of times. We're
Yeah, I be
really
trying
just,
to make it simple, but sometimes simple means that you do it more often than not. Like it's
yeah.
trading more often. So if you try to like
But
find the
also keep
highest
in
probability,
mind,
that's when it gets complicated.
yeah, the highest probability is, I
That's
say
when it
it
gets
can get
complicated.
complicated, but I feel like we overcomplicate it. Like I feel like in my opinion, just if it lines up with good time and it's like more, it just makes sense to you because we've been trading longer than a lot of people. So especially when ICC be talking, he's not always talking to us personally. He's talking to people that just started or like, cause he doesn't know exactly who's gonna hear him every time. So he kind of speaks in a way where he's talking to someone that doesn't know shit every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have experience compared to other people. So when we have certain things where we feel we have the intuition or we have all those things, because like we could easily find a whole bunch of ways to get into the market. But right here with this trade, all I really used was the run of this high and time. I could look another daily open gap, still in that same area. Like we overcomplicated. There's always gonna be something there. That's why strategy I really don't really give a fuck nowadays. I know what I look for because experience, price. Because there's always going to be like 8 to 10 things happening for why price is going where it's going. It just, you don't got to look at all of them. As long as you have like one or two and you trust it enough, that's really it. You'll be right or wrong regardless.
Max, I think I'm just having to get comfortable with like just knowing that sometimes it's still gonna look good, but it
It
still
just don't
loses.
play out. Trust.
It's still gonna play out.
And like my worst days are trending days. So for example, days where we just keep going one, okay, wrong thing. Days where we
My
just
best
keep going one direction and I keep trying to like catch a high or low reverse and it just keeps showing that I'm wrong.
keep going right. Yeah, my
And I,
best days is when it's trending because I'm a trend trader.
it's like bad and opposite. If I, cause the trending days, if I catch the good move, I'm a like the thing with me. I can let my runners just play out and leave it let it win. I could leave with a win easy, but I hate leaving with a loss. So if I can catch one trade and just walk away, I'm good. So those trending days, if I'm in a trade, I'm cool with just letting it go. But the days where I don't catch the trade and I'm trying to like catch something and it's trending, boy, every time it tries to run these highs and lows, I'm in there and it just keeps going. It really comes down to self. Cause like we always have that thing like after a bad week, after a bad month, where it's like stuff that we do, you're like, damn, that didn't need to happen. And then you look at it, you're like, yeah.
It's
So
the
it's
human error that
mm-hmm.
too, bro.
Cause
Like sometimes
now you keep talking, you good.
done minor shit that throws off the whole thing, bro.
It's the littlest stuff. It's like years of work, weeks of work, months of work can get taken out in a day, just from a couple bad decisions. It's very easy. Making is it's like the same thing even with money, bro. Making is the hard part, and it takes a long time to make it, but you can spend it so much faster, like nothing.
Well, making it the easy part. Keeping
Hmm.
it's the hard
Making is the easy part, keeping is the hard part. Multiplying is even harder.
part.
So like it's the same concept in a sense. Like that's the main thing I like with the market. It teaches us a lot about life in general, more than people would really know.
Man, I'm learning too much shit, bro.
Shoot, it just comes down to how we handle the information. Cause sometimes information overload is real. You just gotta kind of not take everything. Take what we need. All right, so 15-minute. First thing I'm noticing, we don't got nothing crazy, so I'm gonna be watching the 50% of this wick, and that high of the wick as a potential area.
Gonna do some back testing too, but
You said what?
said I'm gonna do some back testing too, but I mean, you know what I actually started doing too? All right, so you know how you already have your setup, like you made
Mm-hmm.
it, you created your setup and all that stuff.
Like what do you mean, like my actual
Leave it there.
setup?
Like when you do your back testing and you already have
Mm-hmm.
your tape, your break even, whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What I do now is I go all the way back to like, all right, say if I started the 1st of May and just do the whole month and then record it. Just record the tape of it just going through it, and then I just keep watching it. Keep
Mm.
watching, just see if I can notice something. Like I don't know, just want to see whether like if it's moving into my trade, how does it look while it's moving into my trade? Like so I can identify when that pattern comes along, it's the highest probability of it happening.
Nah, I feel you. That's definitely good. I feel like even with me, I've learned a lot of it from watching other people trade too, like on YouTube. So even though it's not my charts, I kind of see how price reacts when they do things, and then with my experience, I kind of take two and two. Cause like even like with the back test, we could look at it happen live, but the candles be like, it'd be like Minecraft moving. Like it'd be like one block, two block, four
Yeah.
blocks. It just goes fast in comparison to just like the smooth up and down of a real candle.
Right.
It's like hard. I'd rather look at it after the fact than use the back test because it'd be weird. Like it'd be playing with my mind. Because if I
What do
could
you mean?
see how it looks like after, like say after the candle closes, that'll be better for us because the candles are always gonna be closed. So if we can look at the previous closers, in a sense, versus the actual candle, I think that's also good.
But you get what I mean by when I say I like to record it and watch it back.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I get what you're saying. It's like the tape reading. This is getting that the pattern recognition, like doing the same
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
seeing it, so you can actually see
You
it.
know,
That's
yeah.
why I like
What
London, bro.
probability?
I'm telling you, that's why I like London because it's not like New York where it's so different every time. London's like the same thing. So once you see it, like, and you really like see it, you just keep seeing it, and it just keeps happening. And you're like, how am I not rich? How am I not rich? Because it keeps happening, bro. I swear to God, with all the setups I've seen, they've never been as like simple and replicatable as the London setups I've been seeing. Because like the same thing when it plays out, it's the same thing every time. When it plays out, let me say that too. When it plays out, when it doesn't play out, it does total other shit. But when it plays out, when the move happens, it's almost the same every time, and it'd be blowing my
Mm.
mind. So let's just see what happens here. First thing I'm noticing, price kind of created these little highs and lows pre 3 o'clock, so I'm watching those for price to potentially make a run up there. But I'm overall bearish. It's a Friday. I'd likely want to keep bearish. What time is this? This is 4:45, so this is kind of a late move in general. Let's see. What time is this? 5:45. Okay. Now this isn't really the time I trade, but this isn't 30 though. 30 tends to have those moves at like 5. Versus I don't know about Nas. Let's see.
So you use the strategy on both of them, Nas and
I use it for anything. Same way I trade. I'll trade that shit on Bitcoin.
So when you're back testing, right? And you got the numbers, did you do it for both US 30
No,
and Nas?
I did it before. I did the 2 weeks before for 30, and now I'm doing Nas. So it did worse. I did 11% or 11R the first time I did it. Then I did 21 for May, and the last time, so it was like double. So now I'm doing it for Nas. Nas so far I'm up a pretty good amount only on the first week. Doing the same setup, so but we still got three more weeks of it.
Oh.
But let's see. In this point, this is not really lining with time, so I'm gonna just leave this as a no trade, just because this really wasn't what I was looking for. But I'm gonna see what happens within it. Ideally, what I'm looking for right now is price might either make another run for this high and then keep running lower, or it's just gonna start to roll over from here. Let's see. Yeah, it just kind of ran the highs, trended higher.
Damn, that shit took off.
Oh yeah, no trade for me, cause all the shorts I would have been looking for in here. See how they like kind of slowly showed willingness, but never really like see it ran this high with this wick, and then had to move lower, but it never just kept running. Those trending days be the days I just need to stay out. That's what this one was. It was on a Friday, so what time? Oh yeah, I think this was NFP. That 8:30 move, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, that definitely was NFP.
I like NFP. You know what's crazy? The NFP, what I noticed, once they make that first move, that's usually where it's going.
Yeah, for the most part, NFP is like one directional. CPI
One
is what
direction.
will be chopping.
Now CPI and PPI is the one that be chopping, bro. Like
They be
really
chopping.
bad.
Like last week was all chop.
I don't play around with those two.
Yeah, NFP, I like NFP. NFP is more clean. Like even if you look over here, all the NFP really did was have a pullback to the low of the day from London at 3 a.m. So it wasn't anything crazy. Just had a pullback.
But once you get that move, once you get that first move, that first move push, like that break structure or whatever, that's where it's going. Usually.
Yeah, it's real situational. For the most part, it'd be nice. I'd rather trade NFP versus any other news.
Fat. CPI, hell no.
The CPI be on some
Also, don't
bullshit.
trade when Powell's speaking. He's too random too.
I don't really have too much data for Powell to really say anything. I don't pay attention when he talks enough.
Nah, that's what it's random as fuck. I be watching it, watching too much. It's just random, bro.
Yeah, that's why I pay attention to news in general, because, bro, shit can sound bad or be good, and then it just does the
Now
opposite.
I don't listen to it. I just know when it comes out.
Yeah, that's the main thing, because news is just weird. Like, actually paying attention to fundamentals, I can't do it because it'll fuck with my head. If I, like, say you're watching something that's supposed to be so good for the economy, it doesn't make sense why the indexes would drop, and then they drop, I'm going to be baffled. And then I'm going to be like, what the fuck? So I'd rather just look at the time and leave it to the charts. Fuck that. Too many times where news just doesn't make sense. Too many.
Yeah, like a lot of the times, like I find myself using time. Like time is like moments of confirmation as well.
Time, 100%.
Yeah, that's it.
Because regardless, the one thing is, regardless, if Powell was speaking, it was going to move at that time. No cap. Regardless, whoever's speaking, regardless what news event, at those times, it's going to happen regardless. Because you got to keep in mind it. Why does it keep happening at the same times every week, every month, every year? Because it's going to happen regardless. Regardless what they got to say, it's going to move. If Powell's supposed to speak and he calls in sick to work and someone else speaks, that shit's still going to go crazy.
Looks like you returned 3 of those. I only see one. Where's the other 2?
I only return one.
We about to see what this. So, all right now, let's see what happens. Ideally, everything's bullish. This is a Monday. Could get a little retrace into the week. I'm watching these Asian session highs, but I'm also watching this for value gap below. All right, what time is this? 3:15. We got to run in these Asian session highs into this 15-minute for value gap once again. So let's see if this would have been a trade move. Take a move, basically run of the high. London 3 o'clock. I'll be using like 20 points on that compared to 30 I used for 30. So I think this Asian range low will be a good move, about a 1 to 2, and anything lower is better, but we'll see. Don't do it, Nas. Don't do it, Nas. Yeah, hit that shit. All right, so that's a 1 to 2. Nah, May is a great month, especially on Nas. This is even better than it was for 30. target of 13,200. Damn, 13,200 got hit too. And then it reversed. Alright, but 13,200. And this was a Monday. Nice little Monday move. Yeah, so far, I've only had one losing day for the back test and one day with no trade for a month of May so far. And also, when I did the back testing before with 30 for the same month, the first week was the best week also, both times. I think the first week of May was just great. I ain't gonna lie.
It was,
great,
bro. It was terrific, bro.
to say the least, because this is multiple back testing times I did it, and May was great each time that first week. And that was an NFP week, too. Interesting. Very interesting.
It made a level, and it made somewhere to clear.
You said what?
I said it made a level, and it made somewhere to clear. So it found structure with that big extreme move over there, and then it found a level. You feel me? Found a level of structure to like consolidate that.
Where, from yesterday? From this day?
Yep. Like where the box is at, the accumulation right there.
Yeah. Ran it right here, New York. More than likely, I think this is going to keep trending higher, because this is NAS. I know it trended higher for the most part, but this is about, I can know the direction, but being able to pinpoint the setup is something else. But right now, what time is this? This is 1:15. This is that fake move that potentially could be looking to get ran. Let me check the hour. Nothing crazy on the hour.
Big ass equal bottoms, and afterwards, like what structure on the inside to play around. Smaller structure to play around. That ain't going past this.
Let's see. Let's get this 50. Yeah, that's like right to 50. It's a Tuesday. Alright, but let me see. This just keeps kind of showing bullishness going into 3. This might just be a no trade day. But if I can get a nice smooth run of this high. Yeah, bears. Let's see. This is 3 o'clock right down here.
Sorry.
Alright, so what level is this at? I think it missed 250.
Welcome. How you doing today?
Got this 250 level right here. Alright, check the hour. Any fair value gaps down here? For value gap, okay. Tapped into that fair value gap pretty cleanly. If we just still show willingness to go higher, and since it's 3 o'clock, I'll just say I would have hopped in.
I think Dre's sliding tomorrow, so. Dre, you still sliding tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to slide.
Okay.
20-point TP. Okay. So if I use about, I say, 15 points on this trade is not bad. Previous day's high is a good target, considering everything's bullish. Let's see what potentially is going to happen. Same idea. Move, ran the Asian session low. The hour, still got, no, this is the hour, but we came into that gap. If it keeps going lower, could go to 250, but at that point, I'm going to just leave it. See what this next candle looks like. Ooh. Okay, but a wick. Can go either way. Yeah, this looks like it's more than likely going to be a L. Yeah, once it don't have that original move, shit usually chalk. RIP. Alright, that's -1. Let's see if it's going to run these daily lows or not. This is Tuesday. See what happens during New York. Alright, we're running that previous day's low. So I think Wednesday I might be able to look for some good shorts. London, possibly. Alright, but previous day's high. Previous day's low. Asian range high. Asian range low. Check the 1 hour. Any for value gaps? Any close for value gap is all the way down here. So we could keep bearish if we do run this Asian range low. So ideally I would be wanting to look for a run of old high during London and look for some shorts. Or Yeah, that's the ideal situation. And right here, it's 130. It's playing around at this daily open gap. Let's see. Alright, again a little bullish move. Gonna make a run for this Asian range high. 215. Let's get a run of this Asian range high, ideally. Come on, get a run of that high. Damn. Failed to run the high, but it happened at that 3 o'clock time. The ideal would have been. Wait, did it run the high? It did run the high. Ah. Let's see. How much would have this been for 20 points? 20 is crazy. I'll say 15. 15 points targeting this Asian range low. That would have been a 1 to 2. Wasn't perfect. Ideally, in this situation, I would have rather seen this really come deeper into it, make a wick potentially looking like that. That would have been nice. It ran the Asian range high, but just like minusculely. Look at this. Look at this. Nice little run of it. Small little move, but nonetheless, same idea. Asian range high ran at what time? Take a guess, Kino. What time do you think it ran that high?
3.
Oh yeah, 3 o'clock on the dot. On the dot.
I didn't even look.
Time don't lie. That's the one thing. Time and price don't lie. Numbers can't lie either. And time is a number. Yeah, plus 2.1. Oh my god. May was amazing. I feel like I shouldn't even be backtesting this month because how good it is. I feel like every setup I'm taking is a hit.
Nah, man, it was fucking amazing, bro.
I'm about to stop trading until May. Load the bank account up for May. I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna get rich in 1 month.
Lambo
There was
lifestyle
other
is all
months that
made.
was good too. There was other months that was good. Like if you ever go back and backtest December was good.
Is it? Shit, maybe it was just
Yeah,
me. Most of the
bro.
time, I feel like December I did trash. Maybe it was because of the way I was trading.
Yeah, go back and try December. Like try it right now. Go, well, whenever you're done with
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna finish this one first. I want to see how I'm
back,
going for a record. I did 21% for US 30. At this rate, I ain't gonna lie. So far, like I'm only on week. Matter of fact, let me finish this week first. I'm gonna let you know how much I'm up just with these 2 weeks after this. Alright, we got the Asian range high, previous is high, Asian range low, previous days low is all the way down there. Everything's already bullish. It's a Thursday, so we could get a reversal potentially. So shorts might not be a horrible idea. Check the hour. Where do we have in price? Price definitely looks like it could run these highs for sure. And if it doesn't, more than likely these Asian range low with this fair value gap below it would be the next ideal target within price. Short term. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm ideally looking for shorts. What time did this happen? 2:30. It might keep dropping. Oh, what time is this? 3 o'clock? Perfect. Time don't lie. Alright, so let's see. It didn't run it perfectly, but it did run it. So let's say shorts from the Asian range high with stops 15 points. So that's ideally holding in case it can run its previous high. Ideally looking for it to target that Asian range low. 1 hour for value gap. L. Bamboozled. Let's see what happens. Watch it drop. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Well, you should have been break even by then, bro. Not even
Nah, because this was like a wick. This was just like when I would have hopped in, it would have been like before all this. It's like probably when this was happening.
So you probably would have got stopped out before it.
Yeah, more than like I counted this one as an L. Just because it barely ran the high. So if I would have got in, if I would have missed his first move, and then when it came up again, I probably would have looked for that same short. But look, it came up, had another wick. So damn, that shit wicked it twice to the point. But then this one, and then look, another wick. So like at this point, I would have been short looking for that short. Because like it's showing me what I want to see. But this is just one of the times where it just bamboozles you. And look at that. Look, you saw how that looked. It's beautiful. And then this coming for your soul.
Remember,
Yeah.
you need to open up these stops, man.
Nah, that would have been wide enough. Cause this one, I think this could continue to go higher for the most part.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. It
Nah,
came
but
back
it
down.
came back in New York though. So regardless, they would have got my
Yeah, yeah.
ass.
It came up a little bit more in New York too.
This was a Thursday, so more than likely, let's see if this is just gonna reverse bearish. But it looks like it's just gonna continue bullish. So probably last day of the week, I look for buys. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna continue bullish. London buys. Let's see what we can look for. Got this daily open gap right over here from Thursdays, no, from Fridays. Mark up the Asian range high and low. Boom, boom. I'm gonna watch this short-term low here because that does look pretty clean potentially. Then we also have this fair value gap within price at the 50%, around 13,400. I'm gonna see. I like this low right here though, possibly. Even though it's not the main low, it looks like a clean low in my opinion. 145. Let's see. Swipe that low. Having a reaction off of it going into 215. So this could just trend higher. Let's see what's gonna happen. Made a run for these lows. Filled in that 15-minute for value gap right in here. If this happened at 3, that may be a nice little possible move to see price go higher. Yeah, this looks like a good idea for a possible long, even though it's not the Asian range low. Let me see what that looks like on the hour, because I think that might be the hour. Yeah, filled in the hour imbalance. That's a nice move. So I say about 15, 20 points. Yeah, 15 points so at the Asian range low. Wouldn't be expecting the low to get ran. Ideally looking to target the Asian range high. And yeah, so we basically, the trade's running this short-term low at 3 a.m. to fill in the 1 hour and 15-minute fair value gap. Boom! Now, I'm going to say this was a target hit because it hit the Asian range high. Because this is one of the points where New York session is either going to slowly pull back or it's going to have a big pullback. So this would have been
But
about
if
a
you
1
slept
to
through
2.
that's an L, bro.
You said what?
If you slept through that's an L.
No, yeah, that's why you got to have TPs sometimes. I try not to go to sleep with TPs because it's like iffy, but in cases like this, you got to like set TP here. And if it didn't hit the
Sometimes you
TP,
gotta
that's very
keep
unfortunate.
TP. Sometimes you gotta keep TP a little lower than the high.
Yeah, that's definitely. Because when it does shit like this, I think it ran
That's
it.
just to make sure it hits.
Right here did run it, but you know how spread been. Never know. Never know. Because this could have came this close to my TP, would have never hit it, and then would have reversed on my ass before I even woke up. And that would have been, I wouldn't even realize how good the trade was until like looking at it, if that makes sense. So I'll say that was a good trade. That's on 1 to 2.1. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. 3 losing days in 2 weeks. That's amazing. So for the first 2 weeks, I'm doing the math for I'm up 11% with the first 2 weeks. That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Man, let's see.
Now let's see what these last 2 weeks are gonna do. Let's see. Shit, 11%. That's enough to. Shit, I don't even gotta trade the rest of the week, rest of the month. 11% in 2 weeks. Shit. Catch me at the pool.
No, it's actually not. It's the
That's a
But
different job, Brody.
Yeah, it's my different job.
Oh, because I'm like, you in uniform now. I never seen you in uniform.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tune in between customers and whatnot, you know?
Feel
I
you?
feel
Feel
it.
that?
Where you work at? AutoZone?
AutoZone.
Yeah, I was about to say. What you call it? You probably don't get too many people, so you could chill for a little bit at a time. It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you
But
don't get
it, for
people
me,
running
it's
that
like,
crazy.
Well, on the weekends you probably get a lot of people, but on the weekdays not a lot of people.
but it's in the in between. Plus, on top of that, it's the rainy season right now, so things
Yeah.
kind of like you feel me, like pocketed. You feel me, like pocket hours.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Shit, it's got probably people coming in for Father's Day gifts. No cap. See females come
uh,
in, you already know what they getting. They getting them late gifts.
and man, I woke up this morning, ain't even know it's Father's Day. How many other people? You feel me? How many other people probably woke up the same way?
Nah, it's
That's a
real
lot.
shit.
That's bad.
Shit, I know it's
Come
gonna be
on,
Father's
man.
Day until like 2 days ago when we figured out the market was gonna be closed on Monday. We were like, what holiday? And mind you, that was a whole
You
different
see what I'm
holiday.
saying?
It took me looking at the
Yeah.
calendar to realize the day before was Father's Day. I'm like, damn, 2 holidays. My fault.
Sure.
I'll be in the
Back.
charts. I'll be in the zone.
And the
Trading
next
in
week is gonna suck, bro. There's so much news coming out next week.
Is it major news?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like,
Powell testifying next week. Testifying 2 days
hey,
after.
UJ coming to that zone where everybody was thinking I'm crazy at. You feel me? And it's like, hey,
You
I'll
gonna
mark
see,
out the zone in a couple months. It's gonna get there.
you gonna see Powell testify next week, bro. Next week is gonna be jam packed, bro. Well, it's basically this week.
Like, I'm really skeptical, like how it's gonna react off that zone. I don't know if it's gonna go into the zone, hit it 50%. I don't know if it's gonna go past the zone. I don't know if it's just gonna barely tap the zone. So it's like it's too many options and stuff like that. You feel me? It's making me kind of like,
Bro. So Powell
huh?
speaking, I'm telling you, it just
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Powell
You feel me?
speaks
Plus,
is
it's like
super
dumb
random.
news coming out.
Dumb news. When Powell speak is super random, bro. Super random. So I'm probably not gonna trade on Wednesday and Thursday. Super random, bro.
Yeah, I found out after Wednesday, boy, my trades be going left. Ooh, I was up all week. What happened?
Facts. Wednesday be that day, bro.
Wednesday's one. Shit's either gonna continue going right or it's just gonna start going very, very wrong. Very, very wrong.
Very, very.
Alright, this is a good 3 o'clock closure. Came into this fair value gap. Even though I am having, I believe this does look trendy. I just want to take the risk. I want to see what would have happened. Because everything lines up besides the fact that it trended for the most part. Let's see. Okay, got a little reaction. Yeah, when it starts doing this, I think the trade for the most part is be an L. Once it doesn't give my good reaction off it, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Damn, this is range. Okay, it hit. How long did it take to hit? To 9:45. God damn, I got in at 3. God damn. That's a win, I guess. Shit, would have took forever, but a win's a win.
And there's a win.
But yeah, my main thing nowadays, I'm really trying to get into paying 100% attention to that higher time frame, and really trying to line up my trades with the higher time frame, like the higher time frame for value gaps, higher time frame highs and lows. Because yeah, the intraday market they can have like nice setups, but it's not always gonna play out. You know what I mean? But when you're on the higher time frame, it's just that high chance. Even if it means I take way less trades during the week, or at least keep me out of unnecessary trades. Because that's one thing. I'll take trades if it set up. If my setup is there, I'm gonna take it, regardless if it's high probability or not. The setup is there at
Facts.
the time.
Me too. But how do you know what is high probability? What do you define as high probability?
Just in my opinion, if it lines up more with the higher time frame, it's at that time and it's on those specific days. So like in my opinion, my best days setup wise are gonna be like Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if Tuesday or Thursday London session at 3 a.m. lines up with an Asian session high or low, but it's like that's one thing, like that's the ideal setup. But if you also have that high time frame reasoning too, so say a weekly for value gap, a weekly high or low, a daily high or low, daily for value gap, like if it has one of those major reasons, then it's like, and it's on those days, and it's at the time, those are going to be the ones that, in my opinion, are going to play out the best. Like, even on this day right here, this was a Monday, and look at how long it took for it to play out. So that's why I don't try to push it on Mondays. Like, Mondays, I'll risk 0.5. Wednesdays, I'll risk 0.5. Fridays I'll risk 0.5, but Tuesday, Thursday, if I see my setup and it's like really looking good, I'll risk 1% just because I know based off of the back testing what days are likely to hit. Like look, Monday came all the way right back up. No high of the day. It didn't even run the Asian range low. Look, on that bullshit. On that bullshit.
Can't always wait for the Asian range low though.
Yeah, but even then, like if it came this close to a higher low, it's like, all right. At this point, I really don't know where it was trying to go for. If it wasn't for this low.
You get that 2 to 1, clean up every day. 2 to 1, clean up. If I was you, just put TP at 2 to 1, bro. Instead
Yeah.
of looking for the Asian range low or high. And sometimes those be 4 to 1, 5 to 1. Those not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed, but shit. Trades like this, it's a setup that's always gonna play. It might not play out this time, but when it does next time, I'm gonna be grateful I waited because trust, it happens way more. And each setup, I'd rather wait for each setup. For the most part, most of the trades are 1 to 2s, based off of what I risk. But shit, when they do play,
I see that my highest probability trades is when it trends into the trade.
Like what you mean? Like it just keeps pushing.
Like from London, it was just trending down, trending down, trending down, and then New York session it comes and it's trending down. That 930 trend, that 930 pushes the market down or in the direction that it was doing during London session. That's when my best trade happens. That's when the highest probability of my trades
Yeah, because
playing
when
out.
London creates the higher low of the day, it's real simple to it's way easier for people to be like, okay, I think we're gonna keep going this direction. Versus when London kind of bullshits around, then New York runs that higher low. Now you're kind of in a point where you don't know if it's gonna go higher or lower, based off of everything that's already happened. If that makes sense. Because you always want to look at like what's already happened to kind of figure out what's gonna happen. So if London has like major moves higher, lower, and all you got to do is wait for like 8:30, 9:30, 10 o'clock for like to retrace into a nice area. Those are the days where everyone's like on the same page. But when New York comes, chops everything up. So say for example, on a day like this over here, if New York would have came, ran these highs, and they came back into the range, and it's like, damn, you don't really know where we're going at this point. It could go higher, it could go lower, but the fact that we still had this high from London and shit just died into New York, way more people would have been short. Or at least trust the idea of shorts. Let's see what happens on this day. What is this, a Tuesday? Tuesdays be the best days for my setups. So let's see if there's a nice area. This does look like a nice area for price to possibly move. It's too early. It's only 1:30. I'll give it to that 2.
Everybody need to drop a MACD on play.
Nah. The MACDs, you got it. I can't use no indicators. The only indicators I'll use is like these up here. This is like an Asian session. I can't use indicators.
The only indicator I use is like a moving average at the most. But I don't even use those really.
The indicators, indicators are just gonna show you stuff that's already happened. So as long as you can realize stuff that's already happened, you don't really need the indicators.
Yeah, of course,
I think indicators is better for people in the beginning, as it goes, like training wheels.
Fact.
Oh, really?
I feel like.
Wait, so how do you use it without the whatchamacallit?
I feel like
so how would
you use indicators to be you can hit because every strategy works, bro. Somebody's using a strategy, Bollinger Band strategy and hitting.
Yeah.
But it's like how would you measure the size of the move without like without it though?
What do you mean? Like the size?
Well, yeah. What do you mean?
Because not every move is created the same and stuff like that. Like on certain, you feel me? Like you could tell on the lower time frame, depending on like the MACD and stuff like that, if it's a break or not, or if it's a, you feel me? Or if it's a like just like a rejection. Because on the higher time frames, it will tell you that it is a rejection, yeah. But also on the MACD, it will also like let you know. Like you know what I'm saying? Based on like you get me? But how would you like if it wasn't there? Like, how would you know?
Like what do you mean? Like how would you know like how if it's gonna keep trending or not, or if it's gonna keep going? In my opinion, I don't even think the MACD is ever really gonna tell you either. It might give you an idea, but the MACD is not always gonna work though, right? Like I'm assuming if you use it, it's not always right.
Well, no, like that's the thing. Like I don't use it for like, oh, that's my whole like basis for my bias and nothing like that. You feel me? It's just to give me more confidence and stuff. I'm like building up confidence. So you feel me?
I'll say
Like,
everything you really need is gonna be in price regardless, because I see what you're saying. Like, how would you know? But even then, you gotta ask yourself, how does the MACD know now? Because the MACD is going off of, because now the MACD is going off of the price that's already happened also. So it's kind of, we're using the same
what the
stuff.
fuck?
You know what I mean?
Why would you do that? Oh, my bad, y'all boys.
How does the back MACD know?
Hey, chill
Nah,
out.
because real shit though, because indicators, they just go based off of everything that's already happened. Like, that's how they're programmed, to go off of like previous data. So like right now, if I was using the MACD, it would go off of everything that's happened from all over here. So we kind of have the same information in the sense that the MACD has. It just comes down to, now we just got to kind of find what are those things that we got to be paying attention to kind of, my main things are going to be time. Like, that's my main thing. Timing is my, like, the main thing. If I see a setup where I'm looking for price to go one way, I want to align myself within those times. So if I'm trading in London, I want to be there at 3 o'clock. If I'm trading in New York, I want to be there 8:30, because there's news at 8:30 a lot of times. So you want to be able to watch it, because that may be the move. Not always, for the most part. 9:30, I want to watch that. 10 o'clock.
Usually good time.
9:30, 10 o'clock. Those, I just want to align myself, and that's what's really gonna give you that ultimate confidence. Because if you have, say, a setup you want to see happen, and then you're just waiting for the time to happen, and say right here, Kino, remember what I was saying with that setup, where I like to see price create a higher low before 3 o'clock, and then I want to see 3 o'clock run that higher low to go lower. And the main thing with this setup is going to be timing, because there's no difference from someone getting in at this high thinking it's going to be the high versus this high. The only thing difference is the time they got in. That makes sense? So this setup right here, look at it right down here. Same thing. I'm waiting for 3 o'clock. That's my thing. Like, if say you don't know how I trade nothing, the only thing I'm doing right now is waiting for 3 o'clock to potentially look for a trade idea. And the way I trade, some people trade breakouts. I trade false breaks. So when it breaks, I'm ideally looking for it to finesse everyone that thought it was going to break out and go the opposite way. So just keep
tuck yourself away.
So what I'm looking
I'll
for,
be loving that.
I'm waiting for 3 o'clock to possibly run this low that got made at 2, to then make a run for this high up here, which is just another area of liquidity, another old higher low. Just simple as that. And I just use Asian session highs and lows to show me areas of major liquidity, because there's highs and lows everywhere. Highs and lows are here, lows here, highs, lows here. But the main thing you want to pay attention to is what time are certain highs or lows going to get ran, and what highs and lows are going to get ran. So right now, it would be the pre-London low, and then at 3 o'clock will be ideally what runs it. So at 3 o'clock, I would ideally look for it to come below this low. Reversed, not looking for that. Come below this low, so I could potentially take the chance of, I'll say a 15-point stop is more than enough in here. This is like I'll just make this a 1 to 2. Something like this. Run that low to go higher. Now, everyone trades differently, but the main thing that everyone's going to want to wait for is just that time. Just time, regardless.
Oh, yeah, the time.
So say I'm getting in long as soon as it runs this low, because that's how I trade. First, once say it does run this low and it plays out, someone could be waiting for maybe that retest, retracement already after it starts to go a little bit higher. So, but the main thing is, no matter what, let's see what happens. Can't make it up. But 3 o'clock.
God damn.
3 o'clock. So anything after it ran this low, this is where I got in. That's just me though, because based off of how I trade. But anybody else, they could have been, Kino could have been in there waiting for it to break these short-term highs on maybe the 5-minute. But nonetheless, he still could have been going off the idea that 3 o'clock ran these lows. That's his ultimate confidence. Well, confluence too. That's my main thing. So when you ask the question like, how would you know? In my opinion, timing is going to be the best thing. So however you trade, you just got to figure out what times your setups are likely to happen, and just kind of put yourself in that position, wins or losses, and kind of learn how it moves. Because I wouldn't be able to understand that this was going to happen before it happened if I didn't see it happen like 150 times. You know what I mean? And look, same thing. Kino, what time do you think it moved?
Same time.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. It's not always going to be 3 o'clock, but we want high probabilities. It's not always going to move at 9:30. We just want high probabilities. You know what I mean? So this right here, targeting the Asian session high. Let's see if it would have hit target. Yeah, look at that. 2 candles. Shit. Perfect example right there. God damn it. Perfect example. And now it could go higher, and that's why I like London, because this could either just keep trending crazy. Oh my God. Yep, it could just keep trending crazy, or it just reverses coming into New York. Let's just see what would have happened. And then look what
They
happens
came
with
back to stop everybody out.
came back, cooked everyone during New York at what time? 9:30. So it's like, hey, the timing is the one thing that's never gonna lie. Because no matter what was
Yeah.
happening between here, if you all you did was wait for timing, you're only gonna be in a few places in price, as long as you wait for time. So if you would have waited for 3, we would have already been down here. And most people probably wouldn't have been looking a short at this point, just because it's a weird area. So as long as you wait for time, that's the main thing. What time did this happen? 9:30. Ah, similar idea. And all it is just the market is always stopping people out for the most part. And I'd rather just I'm not trying to be the one that gets stopped out. That's why I don't trade breakouts. Because I know if I trade breakouts, I'm gonna be wrong more times than I'm gonna be right. That's just me based off of how I trade. I'd rather wait for something like this to get the highest possible chance and then also align that with the trend. So Monday over here, you're already bullish. So Tuesday, bullish. And also what I said earlier, you want to know what days of the week are likely to have good moves. I told you Tuesday was one of my good days, and look, the same setup, same time. It's like clockwork.
Usually I trade breakouts. I'm not using. I trade breakouts.
I can't trade breakouts. Like me personally, I can't. Like I know I'm gonna lose most of the time, but even like you said, your best trades are when they keep going higher, because when you're in the trending markets. But when it's not in the trending markets, the setups that I'm taking are what usually cooks you. Because remember last week we took 2 of the same trades, buy and sell at the same point, just based off of how we trade. You know what I mean? Because we trade differently. Sometimes you'll be right, I'm wrong. Sometimes I'll be right, you're wrong. But based off of like how we trade, we for the most part have the same entry wise. We may not have the same direction, but we won't trade the same session either though. So for the most part, I'm not really in New York. I'd rather just hold a London trade through New York. Nah, this is a great month. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this month shouldn't even
That's
count
what
for how
I'm
good
saying.
it
You
is.
can't use the May no more, bro. May was just an exceptional month, bro.
That's
You
what I'm
gotta
saying.
use
At this
it.
point, I feel like I can't even use this shit because
You
it's too
can't use
good.
May because it's just
May's
gonna make you feel like your strategy is amazing, but other
nah,
months
real
are
shit.
not.
The main thing that I like is the fact that I did it with 30 and it was good, and now I'm doing it on NAS, and that's even better. I'm just like, damn.
Bro, you just can't. I'm telling you, May was a superb month, bro. You gotta use another month. Go to April. I promise you, you're gonna be fried in April.
Alright, but I might do April next time. I'm already too far in here. I'm gonna just get it all done. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
April next time.
Don't use May
April.
no more, bro. It's gonna give you.
I'm
It's
waiting
gonna
for
over.
June to end so I could do June.
Yeah, me too.
Cause June wasn't a horrible month, at least not yet.
It wasn't a super horrible month. It was just not A1.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's check the hour. Any gaps? I don't see nothing crazy, but for the most part, these lows out here, the main thing catching my eye. This is a Wednesday, so Wednesdays, like I said, I'm not really looking to force anything. So let's kind of just see what price is trying to do. It's consolidating at this Asia range high, going into Asia range 50% going into 3. Looks like 3 o'clock we made a drop. No, 2:45. So ideally 3 o'clock. Just watching these areas. Okay, still looking pretty bearish. All right, 3 o'clock, 3:15. We ran these lows. At this point, I'm kind of watching for. Most part, when it comes to London, I try to avoid anything trending because, like I said, my worst days are when I try to reverse trends. So, Kino, your days are the days that I'm. It's literally like it's the opposite of we trade. It shows
Seesaw.
perfectly. So when Kino, your best days are when it trends. My worst days are when it trends, and we trade opposites. So it's like maybe we need to work together.
So what, you counter trend trading?
Not counter
No,
trend,
I
but
don't
for the
counter
most part,
trend. I
short
trend.
short term counter trend, I guess.
Short term counter trend. So you would catch this sell right here, like, even though
Nah.
it's going up like up an
Nah,
uptrend.
I wouldn't have caught no sales in here. None. I would have been only
Well,
looking
not
for
like
longs at
higher
this
up though,
point.
higher up.
Yeah, if we would have ran these highs, I probably would have been looking for sales. But since we didn't, it's kind of rolled over. But for the most part, I see everything's already bullish. So what I would do is I'll wait for old lows to get ran so then I can take it higher. So let's see. It's already looking pretty bearish for the most part. I'm going to give it another candle. 3:15, 3:30. We're holding these lows.
Welcome.
let's see. I'm gonna pull a fib. If we're in that area, also, it may be a possible area to long. Rejecting the 62%. I wish I could check the daily. And then we have this old fair value gap to the left.
62%. I used to be a big fan of that Fibonacci tool. Real big fan of that.
I like it, but more as I've gone on, it's more or less a visual thing now. I kind of get an idea where the fib levels are. Like I don't need to put it every time. Like if I really want an extra confirmation, I may put it just to really like make me okay with taking trade. Let's say right here. I'm gonna take it just based off the fact that it is doing all within that time, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's see. Let's say we get in at the Asian range low, looking to target this high. I say 20-point stop, so it's about a 1 to 2. Let's see what happens. Not the ideal reaction. Still happening within 3 though.
Have a good one, you too.
This right here is already a sign that the trade could potentially go against, because when the trades play out, they usually play out. So reactions like this aren't really ideal. But you gotta wait sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, look, I wouldn't have liked that. Like that little wick right there.
I wouldn't either.
Cause one, yeah, I wouldn't like that. Cause one, it didn't. You feel me? It didn't retrace enough. You feel me? Of that first candle.
Nah, I wouldn't have trusted that either. But then it comes sometimes like main thing like I have right over here. This is gonna save me from shit like that. Don't move stop loss.
What it say?
Don't move stop loss until TP1
You need to make them
both.
both.
New cap.
You need to make them bubble letters.
Bubble letters, yeah. I have it for me. I can see it, but it's just because it's mad bright. Like I'll be having a Sharpie, but it says don't move stop loss until TP1. And that right there, also that same thing is don't just leave the trade. Either hit stop loss or TP1, because then when you have situations like this where the candles start making you feel emotional, all you had to do is wait for the next candle, and then now you're feeling like the top of the world. And at this point, because now you're break even, you just gotta
now you're break even. Just
now you just gotta let the emotions out of it. Because let's see, this might not even hit TP for all I know. All right, we're getting closer. All right, we're getting lower.
Structure.
All right, we're getting higher again. There we go. Oh, we came back. Oh, we gonna hit it. Oh no, it's just playing. Oh, coming lower again. Oh, we're going
1,
higher.
2, and 3.
Bro, hit this fucking TP.
No, it's gotta hit. It's gotta hit.
You would think, bro. It ran the Asian range high by just like a point. Let's see if it's gonna hit this TP. I'm gonna count this as a win.
Straight down out 6.
I'm gonna count this as a win for the most part, but I want to see if it hit TP. There we go.
There you go.
1 to 2. Took forever. And so if I would have gotten this trade at what time? 3:30. So the main thing I like to pay attention to is when I say I'm paying attention to 3 o'clock, I'm not really paying attention to exactly at 3. I'm paying attention to the whole 3 o'clock hour window. That's the whole hour window is what I'm really paying attention to, because I can go over here
to see that structure.
And what time did it move? 3 o'clock. So it's always within that hour. So it can happen at 3:15, 3:05. But as long as it's happening within that hour, that's really what I'm paying attention to. And as you can see, the main move didn't really start moving until 3:45, almost going into 4. So, and then if I would have gotten it at 3:30, it didn't even take it took till 9:30 a.m. for it to play out. That's one of the ones where you just have your TP and you sleep through the bullshit. Cause let's see what happens. Watch it come back into the range.
Boom.
Can't make it up. That's why.
Because the way it was moving anyway, man. So what time that was? Like 9. It was around noon.
9:30. 9:30. It ran the high.
Around news time.
9:30. I wouldn't even say news. It's just the open.
Open.
And it's probably gonna. Oh my god. I don't know what day this was. This Wednesday was whack. This Wednesday is different. And it kept going higher. That's crazy. That's a wacky Wednesday for you. You made a big old W. And then ran right to that previous day's high. Nice little move. Nice little move.
Yeah, have a good day, man.
Like, honestly, in this case, like, I want to keep back testing the month, but I know at this point, any trading more with how much winning I would have did in this month. I feel like trading any more would have been pushing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm. That's what I keep telling you. You can't do May no more, bro. You gotta go back and do something else. Do
You
This
gotta
another.
hit
is
the demo account after that.
this is
Nah, do another account, bro. Do another bro. Do May or do April. I meant or March. Like those months were terrible. V, just try them out.
yeah. I
Cause
I stopped over here. So I'm only 2.5 weeks into May and I'm up 17.5%.
May is
So
terrific, bro.
I'm just counting that as that. I'm not even gonna do no more. I'm gonna just end it at that. You gotta know when to quit.
You gotta know when to walk away, bro.
Cause ain't no way. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, bro. You gotta do something else, bro.
And I was just
Do it.
aiming for 1 to 2s. I wasn't even aiming for anything higher. Like the biggest trade there was a 1 to 3. I ain't even like have nothing crazy. It was just a consistent hits. Let's go and do. Let's see. Let's go to this daily. Let's see. Let's try April.
Not a jacket in sight. She night.
Here, matter of fact, Kino, I'll make you
Which
host so you can
part
do so you
is
can
y'all
start doing some
playing
of yours.
basketball?
You said so. You go look at mine.
Yeah.
You want me to backtest me?
Yeah, you just do yours, so I can kind of watch yours too. You could do your markups and stuff. Nonetheless, I'm gonna be able to kind of see how I could have taken advantage of it. So it's cool.
Let me
Yeah. Kino, jump in. Jump in.
eyes on my phone.
Look it up, Kino.
Nah, cause I just did an hour 20 straight, and I didn't even finish the month. Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna take my break.
You hear me?
Yeah, I made you host.
I bet. Let me share my screen. I bet. So how I trade? Let me just take off everything. Let me take off.
I'm gonna make it so the stream can see it too.
So I could do May. I could do May because I could show you May was terrific. It's fucking amazing. But I already recorded all of this information, so I could just delete it. Remove all drawings. I don't want y'all to think I use the EMA. I don't. Not really. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna start from May. May myself.
You know, saying my words, it'll make you look like a fool of lotions. Did I ask for your opinion? You know, you're giving a little too loose.
And then I use it with in confluence with the month. So I need to see the date. I need to see the what kind of news release. So we got the news release on Monday, on May 1st on Monday. So I'm gonna just go fast forward all the way to so the gray box is New York session. That's 8.
Welcome.
So I'm just fast forwarding to so what I do is my like trade setup.
I like to mark off the high and lows. I'll mark off. I see that's a high from right here all the way to there.
All right.
I'm looking for
A
the
piece.
Yeah, I muted Eddie. But yeah. So I'm looking for the breakout of one of these zones, but I'm looking for it to fall in confluence with the time zone. So we have news, no news until 10 o'clock. So I'm looking for 9:30, most likely 9:30 or 10 o'clock to make that breakout of the time zone. But if it does it before, I don't take it. I wait for 9:30 or 10 o'clock. See, 9:30 is right here. This candle right here. This candle is the 9:30 candle. So my risk reward would be like I'll probably put at the end of the candle. No, this is a big candle, so I'll probably just take the candle itself. The whole candle. My entry is the next candle. My entry, the next candle, and I'm going for like a 1-to-1. But it's May. In May, I could have caught mad 1-to-2, so I'm just gonna be honest with you. So it's either take profit or stop loss. So once I get my 1-to-1, I break even. So I would have fell out of break. But let's see. I got the 2-to-1. I probably did not. Let me go to the new time frame then. And it's in confluence with the higher time frame. So if I put the EMA back, this EMA is on the 1 hour. So it's basically tracking the 1 hour. Let me show you the settings. It's basically tracking the 50 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. So I want to see, because I trade on the 1 minute, so I'm the 5 minutes. So I'm primarily looking just on the 5 minute. So I want to know what the 1 hour time frame is doing in confluence with my 5 minutes. I'm not necessarily looking at the 1 hour all the time while I'm trading. So I'm gonna go to what is it, May 2nd? I'm gonna look at May 2nd. May 2nd we have Joe Job at 10. So I'm looking for a 9:30 open or a 10 o'clock move. I'm gonna draw the breakout zone will probably be like from the low. Probably from the low of the zone to the high of the zone. That'd probably be my breakout zone. In all honesty, and then I'm gonna run the clips. Wait for that. See, that's that 9:30 push right here. This is the 9:30 push, and you see that 9:30 push was a big ass candle. So I'm just gonna, yeah, that's a huge candle. So I'm just risking that only candle. So the next candle will tap me in, like, because it's like almost at the beginning of the next candle. That's where I want to be in. Like at the end of the candle, the candle 9:30, I want to be in the next candle. So I'm risking that whole thing. And let's see if I can get that 2-to-1. See that? That shit started ripping. Going crazy. This is May. May was really good.
May was hitting. What day is that? May 2nd?
Yeah, May 2nd, bro. So I would have got my 1-to-1 on May 1st and
I'm gonna look at my stats while you do yours. And I'm gonna just compare them. Compare like the days that hit for me and if they hit for you too.
So May 3rd, let's see. May 3rd, this is May 3rd. What news came out on May 3rd? We got ISM, PMI. So 8:15. If we get a move at 8:15, I would take it. Because we got ADP down non-farm employment rate. So that's a big news. It's a red folder. So if I get a breakout of the zone at 8:15, I'll take it. And my zone would be from like the high to the low. It's not always the high to the low, but it's just basically structure from the high to the low, wherever I find that structure lies at, if it makes sense. So I'm gonna fast forward the first 15 minutes. Nope. Did we get a move? We didn't get no move. That's 8:10. I said 8:15 didn't do anything crazy. Let's see if we get at 8:30 move. We didn't get an 8:30 move. We got an 8:50 move. Now I don't like 8:50 moves. I'm gonna wait for the 9:30. See how it came back? And then now, boom, we got that 9:30 move. I'm gonna put my entries right at the low of this candle, and I would have been tapped in on this candle right here. Let's see if I would have caught the move. Nope, I would have got stopped out. On this one, I would have got stopped out on May 3rd. May 4th, we got unemployment at 8:30. So I'm gonna fast forward real quick. 8, 4, 5. Yeah. And I'm probably saying my zone would probably be from the bottom. So we had this high, low, high, low. So it's probably like right here. It'll be my breakout zone. Because it would have to break 2 highs for me to be like, all right, maybe the direction is changing. Sometimes I push in maybe 3 highs, but 2 highs is like standard for me. If it breaks out of the 2 highs, then I'm taking it. So we'll see if 8:30 give us a nice push. 8:30 gave us nothing. I'm gonna wait for that 9:30. We got that 9:30 push. Sometimes I fast forward too fast. So 9:30, 9:35, that's where the real push comes in. 9:30, 9:35, 10 o'clock. That's when the first push comes in. So as I said, this is a nice big candle, but I'll probably risk like a little higher. And then you can see I would have hit this one too. Another 2-to-1 on this one. That's May 4th. May 4th. And then May 5th, we have non-farms. I love trading non-farms.
Here, I'm gonna be back. You can keep talking. I'm gonna be back.
I bet. We see on non-farm usually non-farm payrolls usually
Oh,
one
yeah, just
direction.
3 of us. All right.
What you said, bro?
No, I ain't know if it was just 3 of us on here. That's it.
Yeah, it's just us three. Non-farm payrolls usually one direction, bro. I like trading non-farm a lot because once you get that first move, bro, that usually be it. That usually be the move. So my zone will probably be like right here. Let's see if we can get that 8:30 push. Nope, non-farm did nothing. We're still in the zone. So I'm waiting for the breakout. We got that 8:35 breakout. I'll probably risk this whole candle from the bottom to the top. And I would have been tapped in right here on a non-farm payroll. Let's see. Boom. See, I'm telling you, non-farm is one directional, bro. Once you get that first move, that shit is out of there. See that? Once it broke out of the zone, next candle, that shit is out of there. I love trading non-farm because it's usually one direction. So I would have got another 2-to-1. Could have even got a 3-to-1 on this one, but 2-to-1 for sure. But what I also noticed with my trading is my strategy usually works best when it's trending all the way from the London session. Because you can see from the London session, it was just trending all the way up. And then when we got to non-farm payroll, it broke up again. So I'm just taking the trend of the non-farm payroll, really. Or the trend of the London trend, basically. So whatever trend that you can see even right here in these white boxes, the white boxes is London. So you can see right here in these white boxes, London just kept dropping. When New York came, it dropped, and I entered, straight boom, down. You can see right here in the London session, it just kept going up. This is the 1-hour candles, kept going up. In the New York session, I caught the non-farm payroll move, boom, straight up. So I'm usually just taking, it's my best trades happen when it's already trending from London session. That's what I've noticed. So you can see how it's been trending from London session, but we also have this high that was just now broken to the left. But let's see, what day is this?
Yo,
Monday.
what's going on, Papa?
Monday 8th. There's no news on Monday 8th, so I'm usually waiting. I'm gonna wait for that 9:30 move. That 9:30 move to catch that 9:30 move. See if I can get the breakout to the higher time for the high time frame, because it's already in confluence with the higher time frame. On the London session, you can see that it was making just higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. So boom, this is my zone right here. I'm waiting for that 9:30. I'm not gonna take nothing until I get that 9:30 push. Usually 9:30 is the push that I'm looking for.
All right, catch you later, man.
30. Woo. Well, 9:30 went in the total opposite direction. Am I gonna take it? Yes, because
what?
This is just my strategy. This is just my strategy, bro. So it's broke out.
Oh, because it is in like New York session right now. It's in New York or London?
Yeah, this is New York session. This is London session. The white box is London. The gray box is New York session. So you can see that big massive push to the downside. I'm still gonna take it.
Yeah.
Still gonna take
so
it.
That's basically like the extreme then. That's basically like the extreme.
Yeah,
like,
I would like to see that it would push up because it was trading. The trend was up throughout London session, but New York came and did the total opposite, which is fine. It's cool.
So you gonna take that for the buy? Oh,
Took it for
okay.
the sell. See that
Okay.
sell? It's still hitting. Let's see if it even hit. Let's see if it hit. TP1 hit. Boom. TP1 hit. So I would have still been good. Still would have had made some profit off of this trade because TP1 would have been hit right there. So let's fast forward. What's the next day? 9th, April 9th. We got no news on April 9th. Let me just fast forward to April 9th. To New York session. April 9th, New York session. You can see that London session had these straight bearish candles, and then we got the first 8 o'clock candle of New York session that pushed up. I'm only waiting for 9:30 because there's no news for me to trade before then, because I only really trade when the news happens or to give me like some type of push in the direction that I want. So my zone will probably be like right here to like up, like I would say this zone. It already broke my zone, but I'm only waiting for
Like a retest.
I'm waiting for 9:30. Only 9:30. You can see this 9:30 move, right? Boom. You see that 9:30 move? I'm taking this 9:30 candle right here. This 9:30 candle, I'm waiting for the next candle that pops up right above the 9:30 candle to tap me in. Now I'm in. See that? Boom. That push is crazy. See that push? That's a 2-to-1. That's another 2-to-1. That's just straight momentum. So I would say I'm a momentum trader slash breakout trader slash trend trader.
Slash everything.
Yeah, slash everything. But for the most,
look, bro, the market makes you to like what you ever like you need to be. You feel me? Whatever you need to be is whatever the market is gonna push you towards to be. You know what I'm saying?
it's like
If
whatever
you need to be a
works.
scalper for the day, if you need to be a scalper for the day, then the market gonna say, hey,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
gonna scalp for the day.
Scalp for the
It
day.
keeps taking
You need
people out, so get out at the tops. That's it.
sometimes my trade actually ends up being a swing because I got to swing into the next day because the trade just hasn't played out yet. So it's exactly to your point that you just trade whatever the market gives you. Like the market makes you trade whatever it is for that day. So I would say my zone will probably be at the top of this because I see this is the high. It only made a high and a low.
Yeah, I just felt you.
It just made a high and a low. That's it. So I'm gonna probably when do we have any news on May 10th? Let's see if we got news. Oh, May 10th, CPI. I do not trade.
News was dumb crazy,
Bro,
bro.
CPI, I do not trade. CPI, PPI, I do not trade. You're gonna see why. CPI, PPI, do not trade. You're gonna see why because it just wicks in every direction, bro. It's not consistent. You're gonna see. I'm gonna go through it. 8:30, boom. 8:30, boom. Came back, push down. 8:30. You see that shit? That's why I don't trade CPI because they push in one direction, push back in the other direction, push back in. Nah, I don't got time for
That
that.
shit bad vibes.
It just doesn't fit my trading.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes, bro. I don't. So I'm just gonna skip through the 10th and the 11th because the CPI, PPI back to back, and it just doesn't fit my trading strategy. So I'm just gonna skip it. That's why next week I'm not trading because when Powell speaks too, it's the same thing, bro. It's the same concept, bro. His shit is just so random. You can't really predict what's gonna happen. It's just so random. So it's Friday. We got news at 10. I'm gonna wait for that 9:30 move. I'm not gonna take nothing until I get that 9:30 move. I would say my zone will probably be like, yeah, I'll probably say right here. What the fuck? This probably be my zone right here. If I break out of this zone by 9:30, I'm gonna take it. Let's fast forward to that 9:30. Let's see what takes it out. See that you see that 9:30 move? It's always 9:30, bro. If there's no news before 9:30, it's always 9:30. Like 9:30, 9:35, that gives us that big move, or 10 o'clock. So it's usually those times, as Andre said, it's usually time.
Man, you don't even know, boy.
So it's usually I just focus on the time, not really the price. It's most likely the structure, not really the price. So it's time for me and like the structure, how it looks like. So this big 9:30 candy, I'm taking.
Man, I'm a generous
this
person,
9:30
but I don't
candy
know
fits
about
my
that.
strategy. I'm just waiting for the next candle to break. If it comes in, like I put like a skip or two underneath it. So if it comes back and break it, I'm tapped in.
Are you sour gummy ones?
See, boom, boom, that shit tapped it crazy. Once it broke it, let's say boom. Boom. Boom, 2-to-1. Easy.
That's good.
Nah, yeah, you could tell the trends was hitting.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more like a trend trader. And the best thing about it is like when it's trending from London session going into New York session and trend continues, that's when
Yeah,
my
those be
trade
the
is
big
the best.
ones.
Those be the big ones because that's it's just going that way the whole fucking day. So that's why I say like you Andre like, oh, I catch the reversals, but I catch the trend. I catch the when it just going in that direction. That's when I get the best results. So let's see what the Monday is. Monday we got that 8:30 news. It's weak. Empire State News. That's fucking weak as fuck. But I'll still take it if you give me a nice move because sometimes it's random as far as like the quality of the move that you get from the news. It's mad fucking random. So I would say my highs. I would just take it from the high, the low, and see which area it breaks out because it always does it. So let's see if we get the 8:30 breakout. We did get the 8:30 breakout. Let's see if we can get the next candle. If the next candle, I'll probably be risk like about right here because I want to just keep it safe. So my risk is dynamic. It's never like 20 pips, 30 pips. It's really just where I see structure at. Or if the candle's a big candle, that's what I'm risking, the candle. It's just not standard. It's not a standard risk. But as you can see, boom, that shit start ripping. Off that 8:30 move and I caught it, start ripping. But as I said, this is not real. Well, it's realistic because this is what happened in May. But May is not a realistic month because other months is just not like May, bro. It's just so different, so fucking different. May was just fantastic. May, I probably would have made like 15K on May, just risking 1%. I would have made like 15K on every trade. I would have made 15K. So it's really unrealistic month for me personally. I just can't gauge my trading off of May because it was just the best month to trade. So we had Monday, Tuesday, we got core retail sales. As I said, it's kind of weak. We already see that on the 5 minute. I got the highs and the lows, so I'm just gonna take it from the high. This is my breakout area. When I do it, I don't really need to draw it out because I already know how to do it. I pretty much do it all the time. So it's my breakout area. Let's see if we get the 8:30 to break out from the zone. We didn't. 8:30 didn't really break out from the zone. Let's see. 9:30? 9:30. See that? It's always 8:30. 8:30 is do it or 9:30 do it or 10 o'clock. So those times is really the high volatility times that I usually look for to give me my entry signal. So we see at the 9:30 it broke out. I probably because this candle is not big. It's like not a huge candle that broke out from the zone. So I probably put it like at the top of the zone just to be safe. So as I said, my shit is not my stop loss is dynamic. And my trade is just whatever the stop loss is. That's what I risk. Let's see. Boom. Did I get 3-1? 2-1? Nah, I got. Let's see. It's still going 2-1. Boom. I got a 2-1 on this trade. This trade is another fabulous trade. I would have had to wait a little longer because it took all the way to like fucking the market close to get my shit. But a win is a win. But do you get so far the concept of how I trade, Andre?
Yeah, I can see the breakouts that you try to do. I can see it.
Yeah, it's just a breakout. Basically, most times it goes well when like the highest probability trades is when London session is just trading in one direction, and then I catch that direction on the New York trade. That's
Yeah,
when it
those be the trending days for the most part. Like those be the days where if I'm not already in a trade, I just let it go because it just goes one way.
but that'd be the day that it's perfect because you can literally almost enter anywhere and you would.
Nah, real shit.
All right, so this is May 16th. Let's see. Let me just finish the month real quick. May 16th. No, May 17th. We're going to May 17th. We got no news on May 17th, so I'm going to wait for the 9:30 push. If there's no news in the day, I usually wait for the 9:30 to give me that volume. You can see that London session, all the 1 hour candles is just going bullish. So most likely, I'm looking for buys. But if I just take whatever the fuck the market give me, I'm not saying, hey, the market has to do this. If it does it, it does it. If it doesn't, fuck it. I'm waiting for that 9:30 open. Take it from like the highs to the last. This is the lower low, but I'll take it to this low. That would be like my breakout area. Let's see. I'm not gonna take it to the 9:30. That's 9:30. It didn't break out. Ooh, I like this one right here. Which one? 9:50. I'll probably take this trade right here on the next candle. I don't know how much I would risk. So it's really iffy. That's why I'd be telling you my numbers changed because my numbers change around because it's my risk to reward is based on how I view my stop loss. So if I view the candle as a stop loss, that's what I'm risking. If I view like the structure as a stop loss, that's what I'm risking. So it can vary from time to time. It just depends on what I choose to use as my stop loss. I'll probably get stopped out on this one. Yep, I got stopped out. It's cool. This wasn't the one that hit.
Main thing I was looking at on that trade was what happened at 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
3 a.m. didn't. Oh, it
Oh
ran
yeah.
up.
Oh yeah.
I see what you mean. All right, so we got the 18th. The 18th, we got unemployment. Yo, I noticed we get unemployment every week. What's that about?
Damn nears.
Like every week we get unemployment. I don't know what that is about.
Guess it's just a constantly updated thing.
But the truth is, it's not even like
I peeped that shit too.
not crazy.
What
But
the
what
ball
I
about?
did notice on the 1 hour is that we got this W pattern that's possibly there. We got these highs right here that it didn't get to run completely, so it might just turn around. This is what you probably look at as the run of the highs for you, Andre, and then you can probably catch it, and make it drop lower. That's like another pattern for me, but we'll see how it works out in the grand scheme of things. I'll probably take it from this high to the low, to the London low, and let's see. We got news at 8:30. Nothing happened at 8:30. 8:30. Nope, that's 8:50. I would wait till that 9:30. But nothing happened at 9:30. Today was flat. This day was flat as fuck. What day is this? Thursday? Flat. Flat as fuck. Yeah, I wouldn't have to take a trade on this day. No trade day for this one. What day is this? The 18th. Let's go to the 19th. Nah, Powell speak on the 19th. Nope, not doing it. Whenever he talks, bro, I'll show you. I'll just fast forward the clips just to show you, bro. Whenever he talks, it's just super random. It's flat until he talks. Like especially the New York session, it's flat until he talks, and then when he talks, the shit go crazy. So it's super random. I don't really like to trade before Powell speaks. I mean, just fast forward to when he speaks. He speaks at 11.
Fuck Powell.
See how flat the market is? It just up, down, up, down. This is flat. And then when he speaks at 11:05, it starts to push in one direction. So I don't trade when I know he's speaking, testifying, whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't trade unless it's like after 12 o'clock. Then maybe I can get a move. But if it's before 11 o'clock, I don't trade.
Yo,
So, like,
Bells.
Bells is here.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Does?
Got that boy.
That boy,
Hey.
you've been missing in action, my boy.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
This
say that
nigga
again,
Bells
boy.
is missing in action, boy.
On my thing.
Boy.
Nah, man. Man, say some words for us, man. Come on, bro.
Say
Say
some
some
words,
words
for
for
us.
us.
Say some words, for us. And bless us with your presence.
Hey, bro. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
I do got a couple words. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yes.
Right? Just because life is challenging you, don't think you're weak. Right? Don't think you're weak. It's just life showing you how strong you truly are and how you overcome those challenges.
Okay.
There you
Yeah.
go. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Preach,
I've been on my little shit.
preacher.
Fear being average.
What else, my brother? What else you got to say, my brother? Say something else.
Oh.
Y'all niggas don't change. What y'all niggas been up to, bro?
Same shit.
We just here back testing, bro. Andre's back testing strategy. I'm showing my strategy a little bit. May was a terrific month. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to capitalize on the perfect month of May.
Yes, that's perfect hindsight.
Hindsight.
Well, I mean, I got to go my
Anybody
account.
Anybody got withdrawals, challenges, stuff? Nobody.
No withdrawals yet,
Nope.
Ooh,
but
I'm
hey,
still in
I'm
the
gonna
same
look in
challenge
with
I've
y'all
been in
boys
for a
to like
while.
get one of those funded accounts and stuff.
Mm.
Because I'm at like 200 and I know a funded account like 500, right?
Depends what you
So
want.
I mean, it depends on what kind of size account you get.
Well, yeah, I want me like you feel me? I want to spend 500 on an account. You feel me?
So like 100K account.
So yeah.
if you get a 50K, you could spend like $300, maybe 250 if you get a discount.
For $300,
Yeah, for sure.
that's like this week then.
Yeah, possibly you could do it.
I'm at like 282. You feel me? At like 282 or 287 or something like that. Aye.
You could do it.
Nah,
But there's
Martin's still in the same challenge on phase 2. He been in damn near like
he
a
been
month and a
he
half.
been
Still on
back and
that
forth.
shit.
Oh yeah, he's still
Martin
in there.
back and forth.
So
He go up 2%, down 6%, up, down.
Golly.
Martin, you going through it, my boy.
Shit, he lasted longer than us, so I give him that. He's
He
way more
did.
disciplined.
He
Way more
disciplined his
disciplined.
motherfucker.
hey, how that work
That's for
though? You
damn
feel me? Like how
sure.
that really
That's
work?
for damn.
What you mean? How that work?
Like what? So like, how do you move into the other one? You got to pass like one phase, which is like a number amount, right? A
Yeah.
number amount to pass the first phase, and then they just move you into the
For the
second amount.
most part, there's different prop firms. Like they all have something different, but for the most part, you just got certain rules. You can't lose a certain amount within a certain amount of time, and you just have a profit target amount. That's really it for the
And
most
they'll
part.
take you out.
Some
Like,
you
you
have
gotta
some
pass
have one phase, some have two phases. But once you complete it, if you complete it and you like successfully complete it, then you're good. If you fail it, then it's just that. It is what it is.
Take the account away, you don't get no money back.
Damn.
They don't even take the account away. You keep the you keep the demo account, the challenge account.
14, you got a phone number?
Just
Nah, you can't even trade on the demo account. But then they take
So,
away.
so that means you can't get out that account at all. You got to stay in that account then.
yeah, you gotta.
Unless you got a different phone.
No, you could put it on something else.
You can put it on anything. You put it on
Yeah,
your
you can
phone,
put
your
it.
tablet, your computer, anything.
It's just the same as any other account. It's the same thing as a live account. Just
Same thing.
can't withdraw.
Oh, so you could switch from that account
Yeah.
to your demo.
Yeah, it's just like any
Alright,
other
yeah,
account.
yeah.
It's just any other account.
It's the same thing, bro. But the thing about it is, you can scale up once you pass. You can scale up, like you can scale all the way up to whatever they allow you to, but you just gotta pass first.
The passing is the hard part. Once you can pass everything,
keeping it is the hard part.
Yeah, but if you could pass, you have what you need. You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's like if you can't pass, once you pass, for the most part, you can at least get one trade. You know what I mean?
I mean, I passed a challenge account once before, and this was last October. I have never passed another one.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like the passing part be hard because you have all the limitations. Once you got it, if you were good enough to get it, then this is more or less just slow patience.
Bruh,
I think the getting is the hard part.
I met this cat on Twitter, bro. This nigga, he's had the funded trader 100K account for a year funded, and he hit his year marker. So they emailed him to invite him down on a one-on-one. They flew him out, everything, bro. Flew him out to do a client interview for being funded for a year. And I asked him, like, dude, how the fuck did you keep a funded account for a year? You know what I'm saying? Most niggas blow that shit.
He probably what, low risk?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he did. The account is from 100K brought up to $1 million. So,
nah, so he actually was trading that shit.
He was trading it, but it was a year time frame. I mean, that's if you think about it, that's presentable. That's facts. I mean, you could do that, bring 100K to $1 million in a year if you sticking to your rules and shit. But you look up on my Twitter. I forgot his name. I had DM'd that nigga, but he was on Twitter. The funded trader Twitter. They invited him out. A lot of whatever. But the nigga had it for a year. Brought the 100K to $1 million.
So would they let you keep the account after like the third phase or something, or like?
Nah, there ain't no third phase. The third phase.
There's no third phase.
Oh, so it's only that first like the first phase, and that's it. And then afterwards you get to
imagine
keep
it
the
like
account
this.
until, like,
They give you like it's like certain prop firms. They give you one test. Some give you 2 little tests. Once you pass the test, you complete. Now you have the account, and then from there, you either make money or you don't. And if you fail the rules, they just have rules behind it. Just imagine you have your live account, but there's rules behind it, and if you violate them, you could just potentially lose it now.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right.
Because imagine you gave someone money, you just don't want them to fuck off every day with it. Then you want them to like
Exactly.
try to manage it.
So there's no limit to how much you can make on that funded then.
Nah, there's never.
There's no
Nah.
limit. But
Profit
there's a limit
is
to how
no
much
limit.
you could lose.
Yeah.
There's no limit
So-
to how much you can make.
So how do you know when you like? So
look,
like, there's
listen.
somebody inside the group chat and stuff like that that be like, what, like done with it, like done with an account, like a funded account. Like he just moving through challenge and stuff like that. And like that's what made me think that it was like, oh, like you made a certain amount that the goal was and stuff. You feel me? And now
Nah.
you just gotta
Most of
post
the
it
time,
out.
it's the people trying to pass the challenges. That's majority what people are trying to do, pass challenges. There's very few people that actually successfully have funded accounts and keep them long term. There's very
True.
few.
Very few. Very few.
But
It's
you
very
don't
few
need to
that
keep it
pass
forever. As long as you get one to two payouts, you really don't got to keep it forever. Because then at that
Hell
point, you
no.
can make it happen. But
It's very few that pass them in the beginning. Very few that pass them, and
Yeah,
now
very
it's even less that keep them. For a year, that's impressive. Not even gonna count. That's impressive.
he
That
had
means-
been risking like
Oh,
with
I'm
that
on the
million.
group chat,
More than
my
likely,
same
he
group.
scaled up. He probably scaled up crazy.
No,
this-
yeah, it was obviously a scale.
And he was just risking little
Huh?
amounts to
Made-
where like you got to take like 100 L's to lose.
He
It's
made
turning
like
around now.
1 point some million off of the funded trader, but he was taking payouts and payouts. It wasn't like a whole just scale that counts a million.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I would.
getting new-
Yeah, because
taking
scaling it that
payouts
much
with the-
with no payouts is crazy.
Yeah, it's
Nah, he was
crazy.
taking payouts, but that shit was paying him every month. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit.
That's just discipline. When you hear shit like that, you can tell that nigga's discipline.
He got to be older. Ain't no
Bruh.
way, bro. Got to be like 30.
It's nah, the nigga's like 28, bro. 28.
Nigga, close enough.
Nah,
Nigga,
that's
like-
not fucking close.
That's
enough.
2 years. I thought you about to say
Let
like
me see,
22,
You
23.
said that's on Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter, bro. Go to the funded trader. They reposted it. And then,
Nah, but that's what I'm saying though. Bro had to be like he got some years of discipline
One
behind him.
thing I realized though about Twitter traders and Instagram
They're
traders,
better.
nigga, Twitter traders are the most realest traders, bro. They got
Yeah,
not
they
yet.
provide
realest
value, bro.
transparency,
They're transparent and they
real
provide
value,
value.
bro. Like them niggas really trading.
They'll subtle
Niggas
flex
our
on you.
age, yeah, they
ICT
would,
be
man.
subtle flex. He showed his colognes. Bro bought like 8 Creed colognes. I'm like, all right, bro. My fault. My fault, bro. Subtlest flex ever. Them shit's like 500 a piece.
You
Nah,
said
Twitter.
the funded trader and shit?
Yeah, funded trader, bro. It was
Nah,
a-
I know. I know a whole
I
bunch of.
forgot.
I pay attention to. I don't follow no one on Instagram, but I follow people on Twitter.
I follow a whole bunch of people on Twitter, brother.
Twitter,
like,
they be
Twitter's
getting
my
to it.
shit.
And bro,
They
for
be
the
getting
ICT
to it.
niggas, bro, they on there. They getting to it. Them boys.
That's what I be saying. Like them ICT boys, they don't really do shit on Insta. They do it
Nah,
on
Twitter, they be getting. Boy,
That's where they really be talking their shit is on Twitter.
boy, they be wildin'.
Hey,
'Cause
I
it-
gotta start following them boys on
You know
Twitter.
what's crazy, bro? I really
Yeah.
didn't pay attention to Twitter before Elon bought it. I'm not gonna cap.
Nah,
Yeah.
Twitter's
I use
diff.
that shit at
Twitter
all.
be hitting. I like
Hey,
Twitter more than
Andre,
Instagram at this
hey,
point.
What's her name on Twitter?
Like
Shell.
Cell, Shelly, fat ass face.
Yeah.
She be wildin', bro. I'll be
Who's
like,
that?
nigga,
Nah, that's some female that trade.
she a trader. She
Just-
trader.
just
You
wait.
30 and
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell
Shit.
yeah.
Just wait till I
Nah,
buy my check and
yeah.
I get some money on. I'm a
She
become
trade,
one of
bro.
them violate niggas because they be cocky.
What's she
but I-
like? What's her name? Shelly?
That's like
Chels.
Shelly some shit.
Chels, CHEELZ or some shit like that. Chels G
HEELL
LZ, yeah.
LZ.
But she trade US 30 and GU, nigga. But it's like everything that people post on Twitter, she makes it a joke and a sex.
She makes it
So,
a joke and what?
She makes it a joke, like she makes it into a sex joke.
What?
Niggas
Why?
be posting
She
She a
serious-
trader?
Yeah, trader, bro. But she posted like whatever niggas be saying about trading and shit. She going clowning their ass. And some of them be like, it's Chels, CHEL 3Z's G.
It's like a picture with her with makeup filters.
Yeah, but like there's niggas on Twitter that will be like complaining about the market or like showing their transparency, their losses or whatever. And she just don't give a fuck. She's like, nigga,
Why the
shut
fuck
up.
is she like that?
She's a
'Cause she
female.
make money.
She a
Yeah,
female.
she making money.
Bougie little
Oh
female.
my god.
She'll get humbled at
Yeah,
some
I
point.
guess
I just leave it. Do your thing, man. We was all humble at one point.
But she do
We was
got
all
she
do
do
a
got
thing.
some tweets.
We
I
all
read one of her
Hey,
tweets just now.
she do
She
got
said,
some tweets that be hitting though. I ain't gonna hold you.
she said, men skip leg day and wonder why they never get ass or hit TP. What? The fuck?
Telling you,
That has
telling
no
you.
correlation, bro. What the?
Listen,
I'm like, bitch, you skip cardio day, you bitch.
This
Just wait till I get my clout. I'm gonna violate.
Bro, imagine how her boyfriend feels, bro.
Probably don't got a boyfriend.
Probably don't got a
A
boyfriend.
little
for
hoe.
real.
She a little hoe.
that's
She just
exactly
getting
what it
passed
is.
around.
She in Hawaii.
Getting turned like a
She in
doorknob.
Hawaii with the tourists, the rich
Oh,
tourists.
she in Hawaii? Oh, she
Yeah.
a hoe. She a hoe. Hawaii? Oh, forget about it.
She in
Forget
Hawaii.
about it.
Hawaii.
Was she an ICT trader?
Nah,
Oh,
she
no.
just price action and liquidity grabs.
What's good, y'all? What's up, bro? iPhone 2. I don't know your
Who said
name,
that?
but what's up,
Who
bro?
said, who that? Who iPhone to?
What's up, Birdie?
Jared.
Here.
Gerald?
Yeah, Jared.
He said
Jerry.
Gerald.
Nice to meet you, Gerald. It's Eddie.
What's good, Brody?
What's
Where
up,
you
bro?
at? Where you live at? Man?
Which Jared?
What's good, Bells?
Ah, the
Me.
supply and demand nigga. Yo, what's good, my boy?
Supply and demand, nigga. See,
Hey,
I'm-
bro. Hey, when I left Telegram, before I left, that nigga was hitting, bro. I'm gonna hold you. That nigga was trying to hit on that supply and demand, bro. You still hitting or what?
Yeah, that's last week was alright.
Tell me, what you like? How you like that supply and demand?
Bro, I love it, bro.
You like that
Changed the game for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Telling you, my boy. This
Changed the
nasty.
game. I ain't gonna lie. I quit my day job and I went to a night job because
Yeah.
I'm about to get busy.
Telling you.
Hey, you about to get busy
Oh,
on the
yeah.
board.
Telling you.
Alright.
That's why I had I'm gonna be back in the Telegram and shit later on. I've been just hitting, trying to hit.
Sometimes you gotta do that. I be doing that too. I just be going ghost. Not
Telling you, bro.
what I gotta do.
Like these the only niggas that got my personal number right here. This nigga Kino and Andre, but I'll send you my shit so you could ask me questions if you got any or something.
Yeah, bro. Definitely send it through.
Alright, I'm gonna
Were
send
you
it to
just now starting?
Huh?
Y'all be on.
Jared, you just now start trading?
Did I now just start trading?
Yeah, like how long you been doing?
Nah, I've been trading for like 2 years, but like I just started. I got consistent probably like a year ago.
Okay.
I was doing like the market makers method a little bit, and like it was a system that I had going there, but supply and demand just it made more
sent you my
sense.
number, G. I sent you my number.
No, how you doing, man?
I'm telling you, nigga, that's supply and demand, beautiful.
Chevy Camaro.
Especially when you can correlate it with the higher time frame. Oh,
Oh hell yeah!
What you looking for?
Hey,
Fuel filter?
I'll lock you in then.
just send me a text with your name, bro.
I got you.
You got my number and shit.
Nah, this
Yeah,
man.
drop it in the chat.
I won't be on that.
That's what I see. I see you. I was like, damn, he left Telegram. He dead. I was like, damn.
Nah, nigga, I gotta.
Which one of these?
Especially if you trying to have that lifestyle that you gotta go deep. Get on social media. all my
Nigga
social
Bell's
media.
always leaving the chat, bro. He be leaving, coming back, leaving, coming
Nah,
back.
this shit permanently though.
I be doing that.
Instagram
I be doing that with
permanently deleted.
everything,
No, we
bro.
don't.
Facebook permanently deleted. Nigga, I got all that shit.
Yeah, we do. You want?
I be doing that with.
Oh, I have the top
everything.
first one. That's the girl I
Hey, bro, I
got
feel
the
great.
zero right here. Looks like one from the side over here. My bad.
Nah, Twitter's diff. I'm
I'll
telling
tax
you.
22.
When I went on Twitter just now, I seen it was a Joe Biden meme. It's a picture of Joe Biden smoking a cigarette, and it says, "My girlfriend said I was a pedophile." I said, "That's a pretty big word for a 9-year-old." This picture of Joe Biden. Oh man, Joey.
I don't get that one, but it
'Cause
doesn't sound appropriate.
Biden,
bruh.
Biden, a little pedo.
Hey, how do you stop a kid from drowning in June?
How you stop a kid from what?
How do you stop a kid from drowning in June?
Floats?
Huh?
Floats?
Drawing that little bitch in July.
Nah, you lost, bro.
Interesting joke.
That shit had me fucked.
That was a dark ass joke, bro.
That shit was hilarious when I heard that. I was like, yo.
Drown a bitch in
Because
July.
Oh damn.
Like,
Drawing that little bitch in July. That shit had me fucked up.
you finished all of May? You finished all of May, Kino?
All of May? No,
Mhm.
not yet.
Oh yeah.
Let me see, the May 22nd. But yeah, my son Bell, when you coming back, my boy?
Probably like November, bro.
What?
He said elections.
This nigga word. This
He
nigga
said I'll be back.
I'm dead ass
president.
serious.
This nigga
dead
running
ass
for president.
I'm dead ass serious, bro. By the time I come back, I'm gonna be well off.
I feel it.
What accounts you focused on now? Your personal or you still doing
Both personal and funded.
Okay. Okay, well,
But it's just too many distractions on the internet, bro. That's why I deleted everything.
Bro, I've been
Instagram, I
honest,
can't
I've
get
been feeling
back.
the same way by
I
deleting
can't
all
get
my
back
social
my
media.
Facebook. I can't get back none of that shit. All my pictures, everything's gone with it.
because you always be damn. You need to lock your eyes, boy.
Nigga, I was hitting regardless.
No, we're not talking about trading, nigga. We talking about your eyes, bro.
Oh, that right there, yeah. That's another one too. I was looking at everything moving, boy.
Nigga said, damn. Shit, what nowhere.
Looking at everything moving, boy.
Yeah, bro.
Overstimulated.
Feels good though, cause niggas ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't dealing with bullshit. I ain't looking at other niggas, you know.
No, that's wait.
You still trapped in the crib?
Huh?
Your girl still got you locked up?
Nah, bro, she chilling too. She know better.
Yeah. This nigga, Andre, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear from Andre, nigga. We saw you.
No word.
I'm a demon.
Your girl's a demon, nigga.
And the chill before she come in there and smack you up, boy.
Man, I turned into Chris Brown.
I'm waiting to see a video of her throwing your monitor off the balcony.
Nah, yeah. She knows if she touches my shit, it's runts. I don't care. I will say she broke in and tried to stab me. This is my crib. Who they gonna believe? Me or her? Who they gonna believe?
Yeah.
Nah, the monitor, that's pushing it. That's like creasing. That's creasing the sneakerhead shoes.
Word, that's stepping on all white G phase.
Oh yeah, purposely, multiple times.
You gotta get slapped.
You cashing that out? I'll take you right here.
I used to be the nigga obsessed with shoes, bro, and I realized, nigga, that's the ultimate materialistic thing.
Yeah, I like my shoes, but I'm cool with what I got. I could let the same shoes. I could rock the same 3-4 shoes all year.
Nigga, I rock slippers everywhere I go, bro.
No cap.
Shorts, Nike socks, slippers, Nike slippers, nigga.
Shit, look what I'm wearing. You feel me?
What's that?
Hey, that's the old Crip slippers, nigga. That's triple OG Crip.
That's the OG moccasins.
These the ones I made all my money in. I've had these for years. When I made all my money, I had these before then, and I was wearing these every day.
These what I'm rocking for today, boy.
Are those socks?
This nigga do got the colorful
socks, my boy.
Nigga that got the most colorful socks.
No, yeah, I got all black and white.
Group,
I got black and white.
I got mad different socks, bro.
I got just
be stealing my socks. She be fucking stealing my socks, bro. When we do laundry, my socks be disappearing. I be like, oh, where my socks go?
Our group got some diversity.
Fresh paper.
Yeah, I got all black and Nike socks. So I could wear them with the Yeezys.
Facts, it makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm finna go eat and
For you? You do the same.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Kino to finish this month. I'm about to make some food after this. It's been here 2.5 hours. It's like a Monday morning.
Yeah, I'm about to. Already. About to get off and shit.
Nah, it was good talking to you, bro. We gonna be here.
Nah, this whatever y'all wanna whatever you send the shit to the messages, bro. I'll get off and shit.
Yeah, I got you.
Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, y'all,
Quit
man.
being so silent. You be strange. You be incognito
Nah,
more than me.
he not on he not on Telegram no more, bro.
So how we supposed to reach you then?
On Zoom,
She
man.
said, "How you?"
Huh?
On Zoom, nigga. Listen,
His phone?
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back.
He'll be
I'll be
back
back, bro.
You'll see him at some point.
in November. He gonna be running for president, bro. So he'll be back.
Nah, nigga, I'm gonna be driving a McLaren, nigga, that I don't even fit in.
Yeah, I was about to say you're not gonna fit in no McLaren. Gotta get him.
This nigga Andre, I don't feel this nigga Andre has to like, yo, my salary.
He gonna have to get the spider one, the drop top, so his head can fit out. That's the only way it's gonna work.
I'm gonna have to, nigga, as soon as I get it and I go to your house, I'm gonna let you drive it back where I got it from. Get a refund, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm like, yeah, just give me the Lambo truck.
But alright, niggas, I'm gonna fuck with y'all, bro.
Alright, bro, you be safe.
Alright, my boy. Alright,
Stay up on IG.
Alright, man, you too, bro.
Man, I miss that nigga already.
Nah, yeah.
He said, I miss that nigga already.
Yeah, boy. He came and went, boy. It's like the breeze. Just like the breeze.
I sent, cause I was talking to him earlier, cause I was talking about Father's Day, and I told him to slide to the Zoom. I said to the link.
I'm surprised this nigga better than my father how he stay inside.
Papi, ven aquí.
Let me see. What's the 29th? We on the last couple days. 29th is a bank holiday, so I'm most likely gonna skip that. Let's see what the 30th look like.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
There was no. ¿Qué años, Caro? ¿Qué año? 2010. GMC. Arcadia. 2x2. Sí.
You speak Spanish, Brody?
Poquito, like a little bit.
Okay.
And you said push bushing? Push valve.
We got that 930 push. Oh, 930 push this was it. This one that's the peaked out.
Y'all all live out in Florida?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The boys.
Florida boys.
Y'all went to school together or something? How y'all all meet?
Nah, online for the most part. Internet vibes.
Internet bring niggas together, bro.
That's tough.
Nah, especially with people specifically like trading shit going. If I went to, it would be crazy if all four of us went to school together and we just happened to trade. That would be a crazy coincidence.
Nah, shit. Most of the niggas out there Knicks shit.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
y'all all stay in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
All stay in Florida.
Y'all ever linked up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Andre, a couple times.
Yeah, me, Bells, Keto.
Kel's linked up one time.
Yeah, Kel. Most of the admins inside the chats have linked up.
Yeah, for sure.
Only one I haven't linked up with is my boy Martin, but Keno linked with Martin.
Gotta go to Arizona. Arizona fire.
We gotta link with.
We
We gotta link with Limo. We gotta link with Limo.
Limo live in Africa, don't he?
Yeah.
That's probably not gonna happen until I really.
Bro, we out. I'm gonna go.
I was in California the last time, and this nigga, what's his name? Makai said, "Yo, you out here, my stay?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Where you at?" This nigga did not respond to me till I left. I like this nigga, bro. Fuck it.
Cali big. I wonder what part he was
Cali
in.
big though. Yeah, I was in San Diego. I don't know where he is.
Hey, look, and I was
No, I think he is in San Diego. I think he is. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I said. He said, "Yo, you in my city?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Where you at?" He did not respond to me for the whole day. I left the next day.
All right, you want to get that part?
So
Bells point 2. Bells 2.0.
Bells 2.0. That's a fucking fact.
Okay, papi, uno momento, huh?
Big flop. Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. My main's done.
Not at AutoZone. AutoZone, maybe Auto Parts, but not.
Good little back test. Next time we back test, what's next week gonna be? Today's
You gotta
18th,
do
19th, 20,
another
21,
month.
22,
Do
23.
another month. Don't do the mid.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I'm trying to see when June's going to be over. I think we got like 2 weeks, though. Still got like 2 weeks for June to be over. But for the most part, that was a good little session. May was definitely a great month. It took 3 backtesting sessions for me to realize it. On to the next.
Yeah, it was. You gotta go to another, bro. I'm telling you. I would say do if you really want to get your spirits crossed, do April or March to really get your
April,
spirits.
March, and I'm going to try then June. I'll probably do April next week and then June the week after. Because that would be the end of June.
I'll be doing this shit every day, so it's really good.
No, yeah, every day. I couldn't do it every day. I wouldn't even want to do it no more after a week.
I do this shit every fucking day, bro. So when my trading strategy comes along, so when I see that setup, I don't hesitate. I already seen this shit before. Seen this many times every day.
I feel it. That's why I also have, bro, the daily range case studies. Because if I don't even want to backtest, so say, for example, here, make me host real quick.
I know your ass
You would have killed me. What? You would have killed me, bro.
So, like, when I don't want to do backtesting,
Do
I'll
that.
just
security.
go to
Oh,
participants.
just go away. Go and share screen. But you can share your screen now. Let me see. Let me take off my share screen. Stop share. All right, go ahead. Share your screen.
So right over here. So when I don't do, like say I don't backtest, since I have the daily ranges and I was doing these for months, and every single day, like if I don't want to backtest, I could just go to this and I'll be able to have everything. Nah, that's the week. Never mind. I have like the whole weekend day. So right here, I'll be able to look at it and look at everything that happened with the annotations. So that's what I'd rather do because then it's already done. The work's kind of done. It's just more or less, I'm just more or less keeping the same pattern. Mind you, look at this. This was before I even traded London. Look, London low the day at 2 a.m., ran the Asian range low. This was way before I even saw the London session set up. So the fact that I can go back and even look at them before I even knew about it says a lot. It just means it's going to keep happening. Look, all right down here, had the same similar move, but just data overall is what's really going to keep people learning. The continuous learning curve. It never ends. All right. But I'm about to skirt though, boys.
Ball at y'all. About to take a shower.
Appreciate you being here, Eddie, Kino, Jarrett, and KMFX. You just came, but sorry.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a website? Notion?
Yeah, this is Notion. This is like I have a lot of journal stuff on here. But all right, everyone on YouTube, we out of here, boys. Good little back test session. Success. Now we go on and enjoy our lives.